What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room podcast with Alex and Jer. Tonight we got Alan and Brandon with us. Alan's fresh off his fight with Coach Brandon here. But first, here's some Switchblade Union.
Switchblade to a single midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. Street light shining, know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Bumps up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright whining. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. All first track, killing shit cause I've been begging suicide on the second. I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe, make it doom. Switchblade coming soon. Chills on your spine when we howl up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot. Make it eyes one, short last slice with the right sword. Blood on my fist, knife test. My wrist smooth shine off the blade. Just cruising through the mist. Middle of the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday night. You're going wild. It's your favorite fucking show of the week. We're back once again with the Crowded Room podcast. Today we got the new champion of Calgary, Alan Purvis, and Coach Brandon here, Brandon Hebert. Yeah. So we're back fresh from Calgary. The crowd goes fucking wild.
What a great
Alan
time that was.
and his goddamn win. Alan, how does it feel?
Really
You got
good,
one
man.
on the W side. Yeah.
Needed it bad.
When was the last time you competed?
2.5 years?
2.5 years ago. Wow.
January-
Yeah.
January 31st, 2020.
That was the one
In
in
Thailand?
Vancouver.
Oh,
Yeah, kickboxing.
Yeah, the Vancouver one where you just lost a decision kind of thing. Hey. Yeah. So it's got to feel good to get one under your belt.
Absolutely.
And you
man.
traveled fucking 10 hours. Your whole team kind of came behind you, so it would have sucked. That would have been a long car ride back if you would have lost.
You're not wrong.
yeah. We were all there. You would have
wasn't
disappointed
an
everybody.
option.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, But you prevailed.
$1,000 for a flight.
exactly. So how does it feel, Alan? Tell us the emotions you feel.
It's really good, man. Needed it in a lot of ways. Always work really hard, but especially the last 11 months that I've had a Monday to Friday job for the first time in my life and been consistent with that.
Right.
Trained fucking 5-6 days a week for the last 11 months. And
Right. And it's scary. Like you're not a professional. You don't make money from this. So if you get hurt and you can't work, like who the fuck's going to pay your bills?
just broke my eye the
Go
last
fund me.
weekend. Broke my fucking. I had a blowout fracture
Right.
behind my orbital the last weekend of February.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
that-
that
so that
sidelined you
was-
from a
that was-
different fight.
Yeah, that was pretty devastating. I had to pull out of a fight March 26th. That was full rules in the Muay Thai World Cup.
Yeah.
The promotion I've always wanted to compete on. So yeah,
Right.
That was
Oh, that was for the Muay Thai World Cup.
yeah, that was
Oh, and I thought it was the same promoters.
no.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was.
But that one's coming up in July, but you're going to be doing your hunting and stuff in July.
yeah, I'll be hunting, guiding, and chasing goats early August.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight in July, but
So when's your next fight then?
hope to.
It's
fight
up in the air.
three.
Well, you can let him answer. When's your next fight? You don't know?
I hope to fight 3 or 4 times next winter.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
no
really?
Next
3
year.
or 4 times next winter?
Well,
Or by next
next
winter?
year, right?
Next year.
there's
Like,
no card like in the books yet to sign up for. Is what I
Alright.
mean. Yeah. But yeah, the next big one is in July 16th, I think. When's the Stampede? When are you
Yeah,
going down there?
that's
It's the same time.
Yeah.
Wow,
Stampede ends
that'd
on
be
like
a-
the 18th.
That'd be a big vacation
Oh, yeah.
for us all to kind of go for no good reason.
Oh, I'm
kind of
already
thing.
going.
Yeah,
I'll be in
You're going to
Calgary
Stampede?
July 14th to 17th. I'll be there.
14th
Wow.
through the 17th.
Okay, and I
Right
think
before
it's
I go
like
to
16th.
Right before I go to Shambhala.
What, really?
Yeah, I'm
Are you
going for
gonna go
2
on-
weeks.
You're going on a spirit quest.
Spirit Quest, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be in the fucking mountains for 2 months, right?
That's right.
I'll need some time to recover just from that,
Hell yeah.
and then start training again.
Do you have to
Right.
mentally recover from that, being in solitude?
I don't know. It was really beneficial for me. I worked on and overcame and came to a lot of realizations. I got a lot of time to think out there, right?
Well, you're
Especially-
doing that.
yeah.
For people who don't know, he's helping. You're guiding.
Yeah.
You're helping a guide kind of thing. So you're going to the middle of nowhere
guiding my own clients as well.
this year.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I
you're
mean,
going to the middle of nowhere, guiding a hunting expedition kind of thing.
And these guys can be from all over the world, right? They can be from-
Yeah.
They've never seen the mountains like that before, and he's got to take care of them.
So
And
it'll be my third season. So until you get 3 to 5 years experience at anything,
Then
you're
you
kind
can-
of an apprentice, right?
That's what I mean. But
I feel
this
like
year, you're
if I
still
had-
the apprentice. You're still kind of under a guy.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I do guide my own clients sometimes, so
But they still tip you yourself, like directly.
Yeah.
Hey.
usually
Okay.
we'll do like 2 guides, 2 clients,
Yeah.
and then we'll split up. And
Right,
just kind of
right.
coordinate where we're going with each client together, right?
Right.
And the 4 of us can stay in a cabin together.
So you
and
still
split-
have the
and split up
responsibility,
each day, right?
Yeah.
To go to different areas, obviously.
and that's what
inside,
they're
so-
tipping you for.
Do
kind
these
of.
guys come in shape? Like, are they in shape for the
Some.
mountains? Yeah.
You never know who's going to get off the plane, man. It's just some person with money.
Like,
So
they have a hard time keeping up sometimes. And
some of the Mexican clients are really tough. Some of them can't carry a school
Right.
backpack. Like
Some of them do it for just a vacation for
Yeah.
pictures,
they're
They thought it was going to
they're
be
like
fun,
quite
maybe.
delusional, right?
Yeah.
and they bought all the
They-
clothes and stuff.
They
yeah.
went to the gym and lifted some weights and walked around with like a 12-pack of water in their backpack or something, but
right.
they can't.
It doesn't
Okay.
doesn't set you up for the altitude.
Most of them just can't hack it,
We
dude.
got 5.
So,
Right on.
Brandon, why don't you tell everyone the lead up to this fight and all the drama you guys went through with the rule change,
Yeah, it
fighter
was-
change, everything?
Well, we had one opponent initially. Actually, the guy that Alan fought, his name was Sebastian Osman. We had him initially in the Muay Thai World Cup.
Mhm.
And then they actually both got injured at the end of their camps. Alan had a blowout fracture. Sebastian actually smashed his nose.
Oh, okay.
And then when Alan recovered, like that was tough because we were training super hard for that. Like we trained like savages for that, getting Alan ready to
Right.
fight. Like it was going to be one of those things where it was like he was just going to eat. Right.
That's why I thought it was the same promotion, because it was the same opponent.
So we
It's gonna
what
be
weight
full-
was
it's
that
gonna
at?
be full rules.
that weight was 155 as well.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it started at 155.
Yeah, so we were going to fight at 155. We pulled out of that card, and then Alan got healed up. The doctors recommended some bullshit and said this long, and then we called. It was kind of a headache, but he took a little bit of time. Like anytime you get injured,
Oh yeah.
you got to take care of it and make sure that, like, for guys like Alan that love to train, it's like you have to sit them right. You have to be like, hey man, like you're gonna have to pick up swimming, like for a bit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was tough. But once it got better and he started being able to like hit without feeling vibration, and we started touching him a little bit on his face, so he was like, yeah, I'm gonna start training again. And then boom, we got a call for another fight,
Mhm.
to fight this a different guy that had way more fights, way more experience
Right.
than Sebastian, and he's fought some really tough guys.
at a
Bigger,
different weight
too.
class.
Yeah, at a different weight class.
In a
at
different
160
gym?
No,
Was-
same gym.
Oh, wow.
Team Smadich Muay Thai, which they put out some serious fighters.
Is that 165, 170?
No, it was 160.
160.
But that's
okay.
up a bit for Alan, right?
It's
And
still
so,
up 5.
but this guy's fought guys that had like 18 plus 20 fights, and he
Yeah.
like hung in there with them. So that would have been a severe challenge. So I was training him like a fucking
And
truck.
He had some footage online too that you guys were able to.
Yeah,
look
and he
at
was
too, right?
a juggernaut, right? He hits hard, he punches hard, he moves well, he's well trained, for his body type.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then
I think
basically
we got to close that. Yeah. Sorry, we're getting a bunch of background noise there.
sorry. But yeah, so anyway, that guy, they called us and said, hey, guess what? Like this guy's pulling out and we want you to fight Sebastian again.
the original.
Yeah.
opponent.
Yeah, but we want you to fight him with modified rules.
Yeah.
So at that point, they wanted us to fight with initially the rules were full rules,
Mhm.
right? 10-ounce gloves, no headgear, no elbow pads, no shin guards, full rules Thai
Like
boxing
pro.
fight. Yeah, it's just
Elbow pads.
in
Because it's amateur.
Elbow pads.
Elbow
Yeah,
pads,
okay,
but at
so-
least you could throw elbows.
yeah, you
Yeah,
could,
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
forearms get through too. Like it's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that happened, and then they called us. What was it, like 5 weeks after that? We were like trained right up. We trained with like all this the way that we were supposed to. And then they called us and said they want to change the rules and they wanted to wear headgear, elbow
Yeah.
pads, and shin guards. Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very long. And when we train, we specifically train for a rule set. So it's not like we're out there. It's not like we're out there training them to fight a different fight.
Yeah.
So we trained like that, and then we got to the fight 4 days before the fight.
So let me just
super elbow heavy game to having completely changed everything.
That was 5 weeks like after the rule change that you guys
Stopping
trained without elbows.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we went to the weigh-ins.
3 days prior, they asked us.
Yeah.
And we said no. Like,
yeah,
go fuck yourself. It's the rules that we trained for the last 5 weeks, basically.
And then we're all at the weigh-ins.
And then they asked us again.
They asked us again, and I same thing. It's like if I would have trained him like that, okay. But like I felt like it was a disadvantage to my fighter and all the work we put in and everything we've done. Like we had guys helping us train, and shout out to everybody that helped Alan train too.
Right.
Cassandra says the headgear did not work out for Alan's opponent. He kept having to get it adjusted.
Well, that's the thing about headgear. It's mainly there to keep you from getting cut before a fight, because like you have to pull out of boxing fights when you get a big cut on your eye.
We agreed not to wear it.
Yeah.
WKA
It's not stopping you from getting concussed that much. Like I'm sure it's better than nothing, but it's not really like saving your brain from. No, it's saving your face from getting cut.
Dude,
yeah.
In my 2 amateur fights, I was wearing headgear, and when I got hit, fuck it. Yeah, you don't feel it as much, but your head's still moving and your brain's still rattling
and your
around.
head's a bigger target,
and it's like
and
bouncing.
you don't see very well peripherally.
Absolutely, man. I hate wearing headgear, but it probably saved me a bit.
Yeah, it's good when you wear headgear. You can only see forward, right?
It's like horse
peripheral vision.
I
So
hate
anytime you have to like move, you have to move and look, right? You can't be
right.
It makes you better to wear headgear because
I
you get
get
a better feel for it, but it does suck.
It's like a weighted vest. It kind of puts you at a disadvantage. So
and
you gotta work harder.
Obviously, they've seen in the fight when someone's ripping on your head and throwing you around, it's like it gets fucked up and you get tangled.
It's got to be fucking tight, or else it's gonna go over your eyes, kind of thing. But I think it's a kind of a myth that it helps your brain. Like you're still getting the shock to your brain.
Yeah, I would argue your head is easier to hit, so you take more little jabs, because like that's what really fucks you up over time is the little hits consecutively, right, over time. But I mean, so like with headgear on, you're a bigger target. I don't know.
Yeah. If we're just gonna if we were gonna stand here and you're like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, I'd be like, can I put fucking headgear?
Yeah.
Please. Like, in this fucking house is probably a beer box.
Right.
It's just people you're not familiar with too. If you want to wear headgear, I probably just think you spar too hard.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
fair enough.
What do you even need?
We never wear it when we spar, but we also don't smash each other in the face.
Right.
I make youth wear it. So anybody under 18, it's mandatory in the gym for them to wear. They don't have a choice. They hate it and they tell me, and I'm like, you know what?
That's true.
I'm sorry, young bro. Put the headgear on.
When you're 18, you can make your own decisions.
Right. And I probably should, but
drop,
I just fallen into it. I've also fallen into a habit of not wearing a cup. I haven't worn a cup in years of sparring. All the way through Thailand, everything. Never got hit in the nuts at all. Yeah.
Never.
Sometimes I kick.
No,
I
can't
Sometimes
remember.
he hits me in the nuts.
Fucking Alan gets hit all the time. He must have some big nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing. Like more is better when it comes to protective shit. But it's just a habit that, like, I don't wear it. It's annoying sometimes. The cup. Yeah. Like it gets in the way.
Like talking about protective equipment, the shin guards we wear, right? That cover your shin and the foot.
Into the mic there.
Oh, yeah. When we had the shin guards, it covers your shin and your foot.
Yeah.
The gym I trained at in California, they cut the foot pad off.
Right.
Yeah. So like you had to be at a certain distance to fight, and that's where you engage.
You don't get that sense of security.
Like if you're too far, you'll kick someone, you'll hit them with your foot. It won't do nothing. But if you don't have it on, it's like you learn real quick.
You'll fuck your foot
distance,
up.
Right? You have to be super close. So that being the difference between that 2 to 4 inches makes it so you can really crush someone, right? So
that Dutch K1 style.
Yeah. It's they want to be close.
Kick right through.
They just want to be so close so they don't. And I think it's great because you don't learn bad habits. You learn how to be where you're supposed to be.
Exactly. I found
it's not for everybody though.
I found a habit of mine is throwing a head kick. I'll kind of keep my toes facing up.
Yeah.
Just to be nice so that I don't hit them with the blade of my shin.
Oh yeah.
Because we're sparring, we're being nice to people, right? But that's getting to be a bad habit now, and you're not like learning to turn it over.
Yeah. Amon is watching, and he says, "Hey guys, smash a beer for your boy Amon."
Oh, smash beers.
It's too bad we couldn't have Amon. He didn't lose.
Hey, I'm on fought too, just so everybody knows. I'm on fought too.
Amon
Short
fought
notice. Short notice, but he went and did work, and we're really proud of you, Amon. Let's give him a hand, guys. Let's give him a hand.
Yeah, Amon, if you want to join us for a drink after this, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amon Deep Zero.
Yeah, that'd be nice to have him on a podcast in the future too, if you're into it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we only have 4 mics right now, so this thing only takes 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Illustrious career of Alan Purvis with a big win, champion of Calgary, Alberta.
Hey, you know what else happened in Calgary? When we went in there, everybody was like, "Why the fuck is everybody so big?"
Yeah, they weren't that big.
No,
right?
they look like little gnomes. Yeah.
When we all finally like got together at the weigh-ins and saw all the other gyms, like not to talk shit to the other gyms, but man, it was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, Amon was the biggest guy at 185.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I think there's something in the water in Prince George, man.
Sure. There's something in the hard labor that we have to do logging and shit up here, and they're all like tech guys down there in Calgary, kind of thing.
You know, that might have something to do with it. That might have something to do with it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like you got to put on a bit of weight to survive the winter. You notice it even in the women up here versus down there. Like they got a bit of weight on them.
Yeah, and you know what? That's why we're so strong, because we're always lifting them up.
The women, yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're lifting the tiny women. Yeah.
Yeah. So
tiny women with big attitudes.
Yeah. But it was nuts. You didn't come. We went to the strip club.
Oh, you did?
Neither of you guys came. We went to the Calgary strip club.
Was it?
Alex had a great time.
There was like 10.
Are we really going there?
10 strippers dancing at the same time. You didn't get to go because Amon didn't have his ID, right?
This is Alex.
Hey, ooh, wow.
He's sitting right in front of the stripper on either side. He was like a little kid.
Yeah, it was like a meteor
talking
shower was going on or something. Fireworks or something was going on. Yeah. But there was the first time I ever saw that many strippers dancing at one time, because there was like tables with individual bars.
Was that the Friday or Saturday that you went?
That was on Friday.
So did Antonio go too? Old school?
Yeah.
Old school was there.
Yeah.
Shout out to old school.
We went with Carm and Barney. And, yeah.
Did Carm come?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barney and Tarney.
Barney and Tarney.
Tarney.
Those guys are awesome.
They know how to party.
Yeah.
Those guys are all fucking cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I had a great time with all
Speaking of Barney, what about his sidekick?
Who's this?
Barney. Sidekick back kick.
Oh, right. Yeah, I haven't seen him spar for a long time, but
he's a little older.
He's really good. And he fucking whips his kicks. Like,
really?
You don't expect it to come that hard, kind of thing, but whap, kind of thing. Yeah. Because he's almost 40 something, I think.
Oh, he's mid 40s.
Yeah, he's up there, but fuck me, he kicks hard.
His technique is
like when he was in his younger 30s, I bet he was fucking a killer, kind of thing. And you hear, I didn't know him back then, but you hear like, yeah, Barney was good and he's big.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that side kick, back kick, he broke Tate's fucking sternum.
Really?
People's ribs, man. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Really
good. How many people are watching then?
Right now we got 5. We're up to 7 for a bit. We had 5 likes and one of you traders took your like back.
How do you do
We're
that?
at 4 now. I don't know how you but they must have really hated this. I don't know.
They come and go kind of thing.
They do. If you're watching right now, give us a shout out, say what's up. Hit the like. I want to see who's watching.
Right. But anyway,
and if you have any questions, hey, I forgot to say, Alan's fight, the link to it is in the description for this video.
Right.
The link to the Skype. Another person took a like away.
Oh no.
That was definitely
That's one of your friends.
Yeah. And
they're just trolling us.
But the Skype ID is in there if you guys want to call in, or just use the chat if you have any questions.
Oh, they can call in too?
They can call in.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, we'll put them on.
No one really does call in. Please
no, just
do.
Lenny. And Lenny's not here.
Yeah.
Where's Lenny? We have our biggest fans from the States. This Lonesome Lenny. And he's
Lonesome Lenny.
Yeah, man. He found the podcast all on his own.
Sick.
And yeah, he's the best.
Right.
Shout out to Lenny.
He's like 70 years old.
Oh, he calls in like every podcast almost.
He was into it, but yeah, we haven't talked to him for a while. And it's fucking damn near midnight or whatever over there. So it's fine. But yeah, no, these guys are just trolling us. Fuck you.
Oh, Shaky is like back.
Fucking bunch of trolls.
shape.
So yeah, Brandon, tell us the origin of your story with training. Where did your training start?
Started in Burns Lake, actually, in the dirt. My dad was like a Kempo karate fighter, so I was doing blocking systems and stuff like that, like katas and stuff when I was 11, 12 years old.
Right.
And so I have a traditional background initially.
Kempo karate.
Yeah,
right.
Kempo, like I don't know if you guys know who Ed Parker is.
No.
But Ed Parker was like really famous in the States, and that's who my dad trained with because he was from there too.
Okay.
Well, he lived there for a long time.
Yeah.
But so he came back, and I was doing that, and then I used to go back to California for summers, right? So I go from like Canada to California. And I actually got involved with like gung fu, like Chinese gung fu.
Right.
And then it was more of like, traditional deep stances, like a block is a strike.
Stance,
a block is a strike, and like you can end someone with a nut kick and all this shit. And then I tried to kick someone in the nuts and got knocked out. I was like, that doesn't work.
Right.
So I went back and forth a little bit, and then what turned me on to Thai boxing specifically was I went to a tournament. They were all pumped for me to go to this tournament, and I went to a tournament, and they have this like stance called like in Chinese kung fu they have like a leopard stance or like dragon stance, whatever. So this guy was doing like the cat stance or the leopard stance. He was like touching me in the forehead, and he was like getting point after point after point after point, and I was getting so frustrated. So I hit him super hard, and I got disqualified. And like I rocked it right in the head. I was like, "Fuck that!" I'm like going back to Burns Lake high school days. Like
that's what it is about tiger bombs. You're not allowed to hit people hard. They kind of tell you not to do that. I remember high school in Burns Lake is fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Especially back in your day, like it was whites versus Indian kind of.
Yeah, it was really racist too. Yeah,
it was racist. It was like gang fights with chains and shit like that.
So when people are telling you like, "Oh, we grew up tough," I'm like, "Fuck, me too." Like us too.
Right?
Like,
yeah. No.
So I get that whole scene, and then I moved back, and then that tournament happened. I was so frustrated, and I told the coach that was coaching me, I was like, I'm so frustrated. I can't hit anybody. And he's like, I have someone for you to go try. And he pointed me towards this Cambodian dude that specialized in Thai boxing in Long Beach. That's where it started. And then I lived in a place called Fullerton, which is like close to Anaheim, so like close to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And then there's a place there called LA Boxing, and like all these grungy fighters came from like different parts of the world. There was a guy from Japan there. There was a guy from Thailand. There was a couple dudes from there was one dude from Laos too. Bunch of people from Orange County because that was like the mecca of it. Like everybody's coming there because the weather's so nice. So when I started training, it wasn't like training like here. Everybody was like a pro fighter and like an amateur pro fighter. So everybody I was surrounded with was just fucking hammering me when I started, right?
Yeah.
That old saying, you got to be the hammer before
you got to be the nail before
the hammer. And that was me for years. And then like people are always like, "Oh, how long did it take you to get good? Like, why'd you do it? Like, how'd you get good?" And it's like, fuck. Put yourself in a room with a bunch of sharks.
You lose a lot.
A lot.
That's how you get good.
So fucking much. Like everybody only sees like, "Oh, wow, that guy's really good," but they didn't see the fucking my fucking ego getting ripped apart and me sitting at home thinking this fucking sucks
and limping and going to work limping and shit. I remember going to Boston Pizza limping because my ankle got snapped from jiu-jitsu.
To get really good, to get really good, you have to be a little like to get good on a level that where you can like actually like competently defend yourself. You have to be a bit crazy. You have to train fucking hard.
Exactly.
And, smart.
And see past the initial injury and think I'm here for a reason. And then your friends are like, "Why are you doing this, you fucking idiot?" But it's like you gotta pay the costs kind of thing. Like,
and the best thing you can do. So like that's my background. And then I just traveled around Orange County and I fought in like a local circuit for a bit when I was younger.
Yeah.
And did some stuff out of state. Got to travel and train a little bit. I mean, it's great. I've been doing like Thai boxing. I think I started when I was maybe 19. I'm almost 40 now.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of experience doing martial arts. And obviously I'm one of the coaches at Kaitan here in town.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kaitan.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Carm.
Shout out to Karma Farm. Stand up.
Yeah.
Rise up. Yeah. But we do good work there. We got a great youth program.
Yeah.
And we got an all women's kickboxing class and we've got co-ed class and we're putting out solid fighters from PG.
Yeah.
Shout out to anybody that fights in PG, Let's put
there's one other gym, but they only do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but even then, man, get some guys out there, get it out there.
Jiu-jitsu fights, I guess.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I've fought that Travis Galbraith guy in a tournament before. He's fucking good, and he sandbagged our tournament.
Way to go, Trav.
He's too good for our tournament.
He fought
GSP.
Right?
He's like a professional fighter, and he shows up to our amateur tournament.
This is what I'm saying. I've been talking about this. like I grew up around this area, and the amount of talent that Prince George has in BC, even compared to like, okay, like you're talking about a big city, like per capita size of town, like we have a huge amount of guys that fight here.
Yeah.
Something in the water.
There is something about this place. There's good boxers, there's good judo guys,
Yeah.
there's good jujitsu guys, strikers. Like
There's mainly
wrestlers,
judo guys.
savage wrestlers.
You never mentioned your judo background.
Right.
Yeah. So I've been doing judo for a little bit less than I've been doing kickboxing, maybe 14 years. So I have a grappling background in judo, and then obviously jiu-jitsu and some wrestling, because my judo coach was a wrestler. So collegiate wrestling background, like with those guys, but my style is mixed. I'm not a traditional.
So you would
like,
grab
wrestler.
the leg.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, this was like pre 2007 or something, and you would.
I've always trained in judo. Like I've never stopped training in the like. There's like 67 moves of the Gyoku. I've never stopped training all of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like my old coach was just like, if you stop training them, the art will be lost. How are you going to pass it on to other people?
Dude.
So that's what I'm all about. Sometimes I've been to gyms where like can't grab the legs, and I'm like, well, I think I've been doing judo long enough to tell you, I'm going to grab your legs.
I'm out.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and there's a lot of techniques that are sweet. So
Yeah.
My old sensei was like, he's like, oh, they just take these rules out once in a while to get all the wrestlers out of the sport. He's like, because the wrestlers come in and do takedowns,
Right.
so
He
they
thought they'd
take
be
away the
back.
leg grabs. He's like, so they'll bring those moves back once all the wrestlers get weeded out. That's
And
what
that
he
was
always
like
says. So
8
that was
years
the reason
ago,
why we
yeah.
always
Yeah, but
trained him still.
yeah, but if you've ever seen a really good like judoka like train that's never neglected anything, they can do blast doubles and fucking all sorts of fucking high crotch techniques and shoulder
Sure.
throws and
But what
They
I'm
just-
saying is
they
we
took
still
it
did
out.
those moves.
Yeah.
That he just said like they'll be back. That's why we're still training them.
yeah, we
right?
never stopped. I never
Yeah.
stopped. And my coach,
Right.
like, why would you? That's like teaching someone jujitsu that's never learned any lower
It was
body
odd.
attacks. Like,
I was rolling with black belts when I first day one white belt, and like I'd go for a knee bar, and Buddy'd be like, he'd tap and be like, "We don't do leg locks
Yeah.
here."
Well, no, in
kind of
judo,
thing.
that's
Like-
kind of you don't do leg locks in taboo. I mean, in judo, sorry, it's kind of
Right.
taboo.
as
But
far-
still, that's kind of like odd. Like
It's-
you're a black belt, you've done this forever, but
Yeah.
you're gonna
It's
tap
not-
to a white belt on a knee bar.
But it's not even a move in judo. Like I remember I went and did something similar. I did some kind of like an ankle lock, and this guy taps and he's like talks to my dad. He's like, "Oh, hey, your son's doing ankle locks, hey, like as a joke, right?" And I was like,
right.
"Okay, whatever." And then I'm like, "Are we not allowed to do that?" And he's like, "No, we don't. There's no leg locks
Right.
in judo." I was
See,
like,
all I
oops."
know is I would never teach any student like my job as a coach, right, is to make sure that like my student's better than me or that can ever be better than me. I want to impart all my knowledge onto him so he can be a killer, so he can be better than I am. And I'm okay with that as a coach. I've been coaching a long time. That's my goal. When I get someone that you can take under your wing that's serious about it, do not hold anything back. Don't have that ego as a coach. And this goes for all you coaches out there.
Yeah.
Don't have a fucking ego and hold your student back. Let them thrive.
So that you look good still.
Yeah, what's the point of that? Like, I want my student's 10 years younger than me. I want him to be able to handle me. Like, I mean, you can ask Alan like things that he's learned from me. Like, I don't know exactly what he's learned from me because I've never talked about it.
Yeah.
What's Alan's best quality as a fighter?
You know, fucking work
According to you,
ethic.
work ethic.
Ooh, it's gnarly. I never had it. Like, I didn't have it like that. I think I've only met a couple guys in my whole life that I've seen train like that. Like, he's very dedicated, and not only with his training, but with his cardio, with his diet, with the weight cut. You know,
He's always been good with his diet. I know that.
he was amazing, man. To coach someone like that is a blessing for someone like me, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I got super lucky being
That
able
actually
to,
listens.
yeah, and
You have
Yeah.
to be coachable.
Mhm.
yeah, for sure.
Let me get to this question real quick. Cass asked, Alan, do you know the guys that were fighting in the main event? If you don't, I'm pretty sure. you probably
What
do.
about the Bellegarde guy?
I hung out with the dude from Philadelphia, the one with all the tattoos.
Right.
Slim
I went and
Reaper?
talked to him
Yeah.
after the fight and stuff. He's real nice for
Yeah.
sure.
Nice. Took
His
the
name
short.
was the Slim Reaper at 135.
Oh yeah.
He was
But what
cool.
about the Bellegarde guy? Have you ever heard of
He had
him?
half as many fights. They flew him in. He had 4 fights.
No, the Bellegarde, the Calgary guy.
Oh, I
Yeah,
never
so
talked
from
to
what
him.
what I understand about him, he can't find fights locally because he's probably so good. As you guys seen if you watch the fight,
Right.
That's crazy.
that was a mismatch, right? Like
Oh,
you've seen
yeah.
him get like that. There should never be a fight like that, but he completely dominated.
Mhm.
They're having a hard time getting him a fight in the local circuit because everybody knows him around Calgary and out like BC, and they don't want to fight him. So maybe it's time for him to turn pro.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's up to him to move up now.
Absolutely.
Because
So
he looked really good.
So yeah, but when he goes to pro, he's going to be like on the bottom end of it.
Yeah.
He'll be getting guys that are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you think you're a little badass?" Like they get guys that want to knock you off the pedestal, and that's how fighters are. They're like,
That fight was a slaughter, though.
Yeah.
Philly was so
He was
tough,
super
man.
cool. His coach
So
was cool.
tough.
Yeah, but short notice fight, last minute.
Spinning elbows and stuff.
He
That was
took
And
every-
he flew all the way over here.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
He
a short
took
flight.
everything.
I would never take anything away from the Belgrade fighter because he looked amazing.
Yeah.
He actually looked stellar. His combinations
It was
were
just a bad
sick.
matchup.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never want to see fights like that.
No, I remember in Thailand, I watched this fight. Buddy just got fucking lit the fuck up and everyone's screaming, yeah. I was just like, dude, this shouldn't have happened. Like, what are you happy about? This guy, you just beat up a toddler, it looked like. Right? And it's like it makes me sad to see, and everyone's happy. Like, he's throwing around his hands up in the air. Like,
sounds like they were
the
filming
other guy
for
didn't
Ong
even
Bak.
hit this guy, basically. And it was like a sad fight to watch for me, but Buddy was happy with it.
That's the moment where you're supposed to step in and beat that guy.
No.
Like,
Hey.
on Bak 4, they were waiting to film it live.
No. There's barely heavyweights fighting in Thailand. Even there was a million at Tiger. Like, Tiger had big guys, but not really competing. There's still even the competition in Thailand was real small guys.
Yeah, kind of like Calgary now, hey?
Right,
Yeah.
small guys.
Yeah.
And honestly, my whole life it's been that's why I'm so blessed to have Dave when he does show up.
Oh yeah, shout out to Big Dave.
Big Dave, yeah, because it's
Dave
like
McLaren.
it's
From
like
the clan McLaren.
it's so rare that you get a guy that good, that big, that skilled, that started that young.
Dave straight out of
Right.
fucking Highlander.
And
Can you
he's
imagine
Yeah,
how
yeah,
big
yeah.
of a sword
Hey.
that guy could wield?
this guy.
I can't fucking wield a sword that big.
Yeah, because he's what, like 6'4" or something?
No, he's 6'6".
Is he taller than you?
He's
Yeah, he's
6'6".
taller than you. He's fucking. How much does that guy weigh?
From the
I think
clan
No,
McLaren.
less, like 215.
Holy.
Yeah. So anyway, Dave, like I've seen a lot of people train big guys too. Dave is super clean and he's so well rounded. Like that motherfucker's a menace.
He spars.
I
It
saw
looks
him
like
fight
he's
Alex. It was
demonstrating.
crazy.
It looks like he's demonstrating class.
I
when he
remember
spars.
telling him.
Like,
I remember when I first moved here because I've only been I've been here for I think 10 months now. I moved here. Big Dave was like, "Hey man, what's up? Like, what's your thing?" We trained a little together, held pads for him, whatever. And I'm like, "Hey Dave, you know, like I'm kind of telling him to coach a little bit. Like when you're training with him, if you know, give some tips, give some pointers to the guys. They love it." So
yeah.
I'm listening to tell this kid. He's like, "You see this one?"
You
He's
give
like,
him the killer.
paw. He's like, "This one's the grave." He's like, "Fucking hit him and put him in the grave." I was like, "Whoa, Dave!" Like,
Yeah.
Jesus, man, telling a 14-year-old kid that, right? To
Yeah,
bury
that's how
somebody.
you kill someone with your right
Yeah,
hand.
shout
But
out
that-
to Dave with your right hand. Yeah, shout
That's
out
the
to
only
Dave.
reason I ever got good is because I got to get beat up by that guy.
Definitely an
Yeah.
asset. I think he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Like,
yeah,
a
well, he should be a brown,
he's legit.
halfway black belt.
He's so good.
It's been
Yeah.
over 15 years or something.
Yeah.
I think that he's been training. So
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It's-
if he had a legit coach that was there with him every day, he'd be a black belt.
Yeah.
But he's a purple belt because Don comes up once and whoever gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Does
kind
he
of
even
thing.
train that much anymore, though? Dave?
I haven't seen him lately, but that's just it. He's busy. But anyways, shout out to Dave.
Shout out to
Hey.
Cheers.
We're gonna do a tree job Sunday and cut some trees.
Right on.
He's just busy, full time in the fire department.
That's just it. And he's got it fucking
Pretty
a life, a wife, 2 houses. He's
semi full
fucking
time
yeah.
arborist.
Ooh, what's this?
He kills it, man.
What's this? What's
That's
this?
the
Which one
Kentucky straight bourbon, Elijah
Let me see
Craig, ladies and gentlemen.
That made me feel some type of way.
Yeah, Kentucky bourbon from Kentucky. I don't really like the Irish stuff. Some of it's pretty good, especially when you spend a couple dollars
He
on
always
it.
gets the bourbon. I get the.
I brought this to play
Irish whiskey.
shot roulette. I thought we were playing shot roulette.
Right?
Right there.
We could. Yeah, we could always try to set that. Are those glasses clean though?
Yeah, I cleaned them
Oh,
all.
okay,
Just
great,
for the
great.
immune
this.
system.
You guys want
Yeah.
to do a shot roulette?
Yeah, that's
Well, the last time he touched this was years, and then there was like dust and,
Yeah,
and
I had to
grime
do
in
it.
it. So we didn't really do that. But yeah, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our second
the
segment
shot.
of the day. What am I looking for? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crowded Room podcast. We're here with Alan and Brandon.
That voice was for a car commercial. No financing.
Yeah, no finance.
0% financing.
Win. Don't forget to tip your waitresses. We're here.
you should be on the mic at a bar or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wait,
All
do
right.
we gotta fill this up? Or what?
Everybody pick a color.
Ooh, I like black.
Black?
Well, that's just it. We can go odds, evens, red, black. We
yeah,
can
that's
split
right.
the numbers.
Okay.
How do we do this?
See that bottle of whiskey?
I'm going to
there?
go for,
I think our highest number is 36.
yeah, I'll go for red.
I'm gonna pick black.
Yeah, you
Always
pick
bet on
odds,
black.
even whatever you like. What do you think? Alan?
Right.
I want odds black. That's what I want.
So
black.
if there's 36, that means 1 to 9, 10 to 18, 18 to 27, and up from there. And whatever number that gets on that guy has to drink.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think I could just put this.
Boom. And we don't even have to put it in there.
Oh, here we go. Let's
Riveting
go black.
podcasting. Hey.
Let's go black.
Hey, that's
Is that
fucking
you?
me.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
you?
so I won't even put it in there. We'll just take a shot. But yeah, I lose, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit. All right.
I love it. The crowd goes wild. This is good podcasting.
15 more minutes. Then We'll
Yeah.
do another one.
Oh well. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting back, and we're back from that break.
No questions? No. How many people?
What are we
watching?
doing here?
We got 5 people watching. We're up to 10 for a second there.
Oh well. But
Oh wow, and it
it's
dropped
not-
back
it's
down.
Not always
They don't like
accurate
the
either.
shots.
It's not always accurate.
No, that's
you
just
guys
it.
aren't
It's not
thirsty. Or
current.
what? They're not thirsty.
I guess not.
No, and we're trying to get people to call in, but they never want to call in. We
They're
think we're
scared.
smart as fuck, so we want to answer people's questions.
Yeah. They,
Yeah.
They don't think that we're that smart,
No,
I
they
guess.
don't.
Mr.
We haven't
Deep.
proven ourselves yet.
Phone in,
What?
Mr. Deep.
Come on,
Oh,
Alan,
yeah.
phone in.
If I'm on, you text them on your phone, tell them to
Amon, if you want-
phone in.
Yeah, Mon, if you want to phone in, just click the
Well,
click the Skype link in the description, and I'll put you on.
Mr. Deep. That's not his last name, is it?
Yeah, it's Almond Deep Sierra.
Sierra is his last name.
I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
his fight name to be I'm in so deep, Sierra.
I'm in so deep. He
No-
told me that one.
nobody
Actually,
liked it.
yeah. No,
Except me.
and it's so weird. Like,
you liked it?
what's this?
Look at the name of this guy.
Adolf Hitler says lol.
Adolf Hitler, Nazi, KKK.
Thank
Where's
you,
he from? Where
Adolf
are you from?
Hitler.
We get random people like that. all
Where's
the
he
time.
from though? Germany? You from Germany?
Germany. Okay, thank you,
What's up,
Adolf. We're
Adolf?
gonna spin again.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Adolf.
Just because of him.
Shane,
Yeah.
Shane.
Okay, and we're gonna
I'll say-
land on.
We're gonna land on black.
Remember your. Oh, I drink again.
Yeah, let's go, Alex.
It's awesome because he
God
made the
damn it.
rules.
Hey.
No, that's it. I had to think about it.
Damn.
You guys
It's
are
a good
rude.
crowd tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great crowd
Rough
tonight.
rough crowd. My face looks burnt as shit. I work outside in the hot damn sun. I don't think any of you guys really do. Hey,
I do, yeah.
you are
I
outside.
work in the sun and sun.
Right, right.
I did not
You'll
wear a shirt
see.
today.
By the end of summer, when I'm outside, I go purple brown. Like
Purple,
people think
bro.
I'm native because I got so brown kind of thing.
Holy.
When I'm actually outdoors, yeah.
All you
yeah.
gotta do is learn how to say huddy.
And because I'm from Burns Lake, right? So it doesn't help. But yeah,
Shay called us alcoholics. Meanwhile, he's on his
What?
like 30th hoot for the
Fuck
day.
you,
Who's Shay?
Um,
Who's Shay? I don't know Shay.
A good buddy of mine. He just lives down the road.
yeah,
actually.
he's a friend of ours.
Okay.
He's been on the show before.
Alex's girlfriend Cassandra said, "I need to call in for relationship advice. My boyfriend is addicted to podcasting. What do I do?"
Oh no,
Cassandra, usually when
Don't ask
one
that
day
question
a
right
week.
now.
Usually
she
Do
gets
not
pissed.
answer that question. I've been
She's
drinking.
like,
No,
she's like, I don't get to see you.
I got the answer.
Yeah.
Usually when guys start podcasting all the time, it's because something's lacking.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Sloppy
wow.
DJs.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Don't let the balls hang, Cassandra. Don't let
There
the
we
balls
go.
hang.
Keep
Yeah.
them in the purse.
Should be in charge of those at all time.
All right. Well, that one pissed me off. So we're gonna spin again. Yeah.
Way to go, Cass.
There we go.
Thanks for the spinach, Cass.
Yeah.
25 is
25.
You?
Me?
Thank
I
you
think
for the
so.
spinach.
That was you.
Is it me?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
yeah.
want me to do one?
Under
Yeah.
27 is you. 18 to
Gladly.
27.
Cheers.
You could have just
Hey.
dumped it. Oh, nice. Oh, shit. He's going to hell tonight.
That guy's gone.
There you go.
All right. All right.
Oh, which one was that?
That was. I don't know
You
what
were
that was.
drinking the Elijah Craig
What's this stuff?
1789
Elijah.
Kentucky straight bourbon.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What is this?
But that's
That's regret.
Yeah.
That's regret.
That's Powers.
That's fancy Irish whiskey. Spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to these Kentucky bourbons.
Yeah, they're a bit sweet, eh?
Yeah, they're sweet because they're made out of corn.
I find the
Yeah.
Irish whiskey.
You see, you guys didn't think he was fucking smart. Listen,
Oh,
preach.
Oh, dumb man. Yeah.
We started doing whiskey reviews when we started podcasting.
That was
Isn't
the
that right?
initial,
Our first one.
That was the initial idea.
we-
We were gonna drink a bunch of whiskey and be like, "Oh, this one tastes like nutmeg." Or
We're not even like
It doesn't even have
nutmeg. We bought like 2 bottles each and just tried
It
them
didn't.
all out.
I don't
It
even
was
think
silly.
we posted that.
No, we
video.
recorded it.
No.
It wasn't live. No.
We did.
You
But
gotta
it got
start
the ball
somewhere.
rolling.
You got to start somewhere,
Right. And you get here and you just, we obviously don't think we're going to hit the fucking billboards or anything, right? But you just get the ball rolling, and a year or 2 down the road, hopefully you find a following.
Yeah, like there's like 6 people in there now or something.
Yeah. Shay says, "How did Alex get so romantic?" He's trying to give you monkeypox.
Yeah, there we go. Shay's trying to get up my fucking
He wants to
guts.
cuddle. Shay wants to cuddle.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Apparently you can only get monkeypox from butt fucking.
Yeah.
That's what the
So-
government says.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, just
Oh.
chief medical officer Bonnie Henry
yeah.
said,
Yeah.
"Stay home, stay safe, use glory holes."
But
Yeah,
literally,
they literally
Bonnie
said, "Stay
Himmler.
away from
What?
Shay Toes."
Bonnie Himmler.
Bonnie
Himmler.
Hitler. Maybe that was her that chimed in there.
they literally said there's no correlation for anything that gives you monkeypox, but the one thing we know is that these men that got it are men that identify as men that fuck men, kind of thing. So it's
Just like AIDS.
so just
They're
stay
like,
away from
"Oh,
Shay
it's,
and you'll
so
be okay.
Shay, you little butt fucker, you.
That's
Shay
the
just-
shirts.
He says the crowded room has 8 balls right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's 8 more than what's going on in your place right now.
Thank you very much, Shay.
Faux Shay.
At least we all got it here. Are we spinning again out in the name of Shay?
We love you, Shay. You know, we only
No
talk shit
homo.
because we love you, but not like the monkeypox way.
Yeah, keep your dick to yourself. Oh, 23, it's you again.
Oh,
me?
Yeah, it's you again, Brandon.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers, everyone,
Cheers,
left
guys.
and right. It sucks when you get doubled down on.
Little sip. Yeah.
That
Just
one's
mine
yours.
or
Yeah, that
So-
one's yours.
Hey, every time you guys make us laugh, we'll spin this wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
basically.
come on,
You
let's
guys
get
suck
going.
actually if you're watching and you're not asking us questions.
Dude.
and you're not leaving a like and rushing rubbing your butt against the subscribe button.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
We've got an agenda here.
We got
need
kids to
something,
feed.
yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, we don't. This is just for fun, kind of thing. Like,
is
right? It's not bad.
I didn't know what
yeah.
it was going to be like, but this is fun
You
because
just sit here and talk shit.
I
Yeah.
genuinely like hanging out with you guys. So inviting me here, I was like, oh, this
There
is
you
gonna
go.
be cool.
Yeah,
We're gonna
right.
drink some beers.
We do
No,
fuck, and then sometimes we go down to the Clover afterwards.
After burger night.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to the Clover Burger Night, $6
Hell yeah.
burgers and beers.
$6 burgers. It's hard to beat that one.
Sometimes we go downstairs after this and the living room's full. Like, people show up after we start, like my friend, and they watch it down there.
Right.
Ah,
It's
sick.
crazy.
But yeah,
Like topless?
Last week, my whole living room there's like 6 or 7 people down there. Remember?
Yeah, sometimes it gets full.
It was crazy.
But that was for the hockey game.
Yeah, I was really glad you
I
guys
guess.
came to Calgary, and people just don't realize how much goes into it, right? Like
For what? For
his
last
fight.
week.
I'm glad you guys came to my fight in Calgary.
Hell
last
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah,
We had
we
almost,
didn't-
we had
How much
almost
goes into
16 people from PG come.
Yeah.
Rolling deep.
It was sweet, like when we showed up
All
to the
in
weigh-ins.
deep.
When we got to the weigh-ins and saw you guys, I saw you. Then like in front of all the gyms, we all had the big embrace, and it was just we were
Yeah,
the
yeah,
loud
yeah.
ones, full of energy. It's
Yeah,
like our
yeah,
gym
it's
just
good.
seemed on the best, in the best mood
Right,
and everything. Had the best
yeah.
energy.
It takes a lot though, everyone to come together, right? Like
Lots of
Antonio-
money too. Oh, you know what? By the way, while I'm on here, if you guys pitched in on the GoFundMe page,
Yeah.
that fucking helps so much. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We put it out for $1,500. People came through, and it helped for gas for nice
You got
meals.
$1,500
you got-
out of
We
it?
did, yeah. But
Holy
Wow.
shit.
dude, it was like
Fucking
seven-
shout out to you guys.
Yeah, but
dude.
it was like half of that was in gas. We had
Yeah.
medicals for Alan. We had stuff like that, adds up, and then we had a little bit of
Yeah.
meals, the hotel rooms.
Massive thank you to Tom Spears, professional boxer from Prince George,
What's up, Tom?
BC.
Oh,
when,
yeah.
when are you coming out to fucking train, Tom?
Tom Spears.
Thank you very much.
Crazy at this
Yeah.
level. It's like you're not getting paid; you're actually paying to fight.
Yeah, but I
Like,
appreciate everybody that did that, pitched money, and of course all of Alan's training partners. Like I made people do things that don't even train. I'm like, go kick Alan as hard as you can.
Yeah. yeah.
Like it took everybody. Yeah. But we trained hard and came together as a community, and they really rallied behind him. And people came through, and Alan went out there and dusted that dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were super surprised. The promoters thought we were going to get starched. They were all like, "Oh, do you know who you're fighting?" And I'm like, "Do you know who you're fighting?"
Exactly.
Like, fuck you guys. Like I trained him to be a fucking savage, and you seen it. Like those knees were crippling, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Absolutely.
dude.
How many knees did Alan
Like
land?
I think it was
100?
over. No, it was like over 30.
It was
Like, and
almost 50.
It was gnarly. Like a guy didn't have an answer in the clinch, and if you guys don't know what it's like to be grabbed by someone who's trained to grab you in a specific way, you are absolutely fucked.
People just don't understand like the work that went in. Like
Plus, Zach.
Shout out to Zach.
Work with
What's
Zach.
Zach's
I
last
was
name?
just gonna say it took me
Gates.
Zachary Gate.
Zachary. Shout out to Zach.
Dude,
Big fucking help. Give him an applause.
He spent a lot on that plane ticket just to
Fuck
be
yeah.
there too, man.
Yeah.
He spent $1,000 on a plane ticket
Yeah,
just to come.
just
But
to
not
go to the
only
fight.
that, he spent a lot of his time
Yeah.
training Alan.
Yeah.
And y'all couldn't even spend $18 on the paper.
It took me.
Right.
It literally took me at least 4 years of getting ragdolled by Zach all the time.
Right.
Like, fucking.
And it took Zach,
fucking ragdoll.
like he
For me to
did
get-
how long in Thailand, and he
For
went
me
out
to-
and seeked out the top clinching gyms in Thailand.
in the north.
Dude,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they don't.
For a 6-month camp where he clinched.
Yeah.
So I
He
can tell.
clinched 45 minutes a day there.
So
Yeah.
the thing is like people don't. I don't think they get it. They're like, "What's clinching? What's clinching?" Clinching is when you're like doing upper body wrestling. There's something called the plum where you grab someone by like the cranium on the head, you pinch your elbows and you knee them, you drag them around, you do all sorts of crazy shit. You body fold them. It's one of the most hardest aspects of fighting, whether it's like I think MMA or anything. Anytime you're doing anaerobic exercises, it is gnarly.
It's
So
like Roman Greco kind
if
of.
you're good at that, you're gonna fuck a lot of
Yeah.
people up because people don't want to do the work.
yeah.
Because when you're doing it with someone that's really good at it, you get ragdolled. Like I don't know how many times I've seen like made Alan warm up with 15-minute like clinching rounds with Zach, and I watched Alan get dumped, stuck, kicked, hit down to the ground, and he gets back up. And then you see what happens. That's what you've seen.
Zach's just too modest to
Yeah.
ever tell anyone. But I mean, he did 6 months at that clinching camp in the north.
Yeah.
They clinch 45 minutes a day. And man, he can hang with ties the 100 fights clinching.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
He's
he
no
only
joke, man.
he only had 9 fights in Thailand, but he fought some really good guys.
And also too, like that's just another thing.
Only had 9 fights.
Like you pair guys like that, guys like me that have been training a long time. You pair people that have experience, and you get a guy that's like super athletic that likes to fight. Like you're gonna have your fucking hands full. You're gonna have your hands full.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what we're doing here in PG, right? We're
Yeah.
cultivating like
Trying, yeah.
yeah. It's gonna take
There
some
was-
time, but
There was a few years ago where it got kind of fucking stale. It was turning into like almost a family gym kind of thing, and it was more kids oriented than adults
And I
because there
think
weren't
that's-
many adults showing up to
you know
class.
the thing is that like you need at any gym, like anybody that fights, like you're not gonna run your gym off fighters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have a youth program. You got to be in the
Yeah.
community.
and you got to
and-
promote yourself.
And shout out to Karm for that. Like, he's
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
with the kids, great with the community. We're trying to do big things. He's always doing great stuff,
Yeah.
man. So it's
He's
a one.
doing
I
big
think you're,
after
I think
school
you're a
programs.
huge addition to the gym as well.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I know you're too humble to say it, but last summer is when you showed up. And
Yeah, I think so. I did a seminar for Karm like 2 years ago. That's how we met. I was like, hey
Okay.
man, I'm gonna be in Burns Lake. I got this, and this. I'm gonna come by and train. And then he seen me train, and then the next time I came back, he's like, come do a seminar. And I just came
Really?
in and trained. Yeah, we trained. There was like 15 or 20 guys. We did a grappling seminar though, so I taught some judo and some other stuff. And he was like
Okay.
super impressed.
I don't remember this.
And then he didn't even know that I was a striker.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
oh, because you did judo.
yeah.
So,
He's like, I didn't even realize you were a striker.
Yeah.
Right. So then it was just like, yeah, we started implementing things, and Karm's a sick striker too.
He was
Oh,
always
yeah.
our kicking coach. He was always the kicking guy and we brought in boxing guys like Jag and Kenny and them.
Yeah.
And but it was all striking oriented. And then now Karm's a brown belt.
Yeah.
So but before he wasn't, right? So
Yeah.
before we were striking oriented.
He's tricky, man. He's got this rib that he puts in your throat.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever experienced it.
Really good.
Yeah,
really good.
It's uncomfortable.
man,
It's like, is that a dick or a fucking rib? I don't know what the fuck you put in my face.
his kicks are nuts. Like when he's shown me things, when he does them slow and he puts his shin on your thigh and then he pushes off.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much it hurts. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I was
That
always
shot-
so impressed
that
with
shot.
just when he's like hardly even trying, and it's like he's just showing me something. I'm like,
Oh,
wow, I don't want to get kicked by
some.
him.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Back,
what's going on here?
back
Come
in the
on.
day, Karm's
I've
legs
experienced
were
that too many
fucking
times.
built. Like I remember 10 years ago, Carm's legs were frog legs.
Yeah.
Like when he was in his 30s.
Ribbit.
Yeah.
So there were commentators for the live stream for the fights.
Yeah.
And they were like from New Zealand or something.
Yeah.
And they were kind of silly, to be honest. And Cassandra's saying, how in the world were they chosen? And Alex and Jared need to replace them next time.
To do
Crowded
some
room
commentating.
And we need Snoop Dogg. We need Snoop Dogg on our commentator. Did you hear him? Did you hear him?
I hate his comment. That's like someone that doesn't watch fights watching fights.
Oh, Amon commented. Why don't you call in on the Skype thing?
Yeah, let's go, Amon. Call in.
Call in.
Or
Click the
if you have him on Facebook, Jared, no?
I
Give him your
I don't
actual
even know
phone
if I
number.
have my fucking Skype set up.
Yeah. Oh well,
Shit.
we'll get
And
him
I got
next
a brand
time.
new phone today, so I don't even know if I have Skype.
It would just be
Maybe
nice
they've
to
been
get him
trying.
in on this. But yeah. So
Almond's asking, you want now? Yeah, Almond, call him.
Hold on,
yeah.
let me sign into this.
Oh, he says how.
Scrambled, thanks.
There's a link on the description in this video, Amin. If you click it, if you have Skype on your phone, it'll call Jer.
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
And then we can fucking bring you up on this thingy here, and you can tell us about your experience through it all. Because we got Alan here, goddamn brand new champion of all of Calgary.
I love it when you say
Pretty
that.
much
Fuck Calgary. No, I'm
Yeah.
just joking. I've been drinking.
Goddamn.
Much respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The brand new crowned mayor.
Okay, I'm on Skype now. Feel free to call in anytime.
Great. And anyone else, honestly.
Anybody who has the balls to step inside a ring and fight anybody, I have the utmost respect for. So
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
there's Andrew. He just came in.
What's up, Andrew?
He used to fight in Taekwondo, and he's actually got in the ring and fought a few times.
Sick.
He's a
remember
black
correctly.
belt in Taekwondo.
And,
Yeah.
yeah,
Crazy
fuck yeah.
kicks,
And he's
yeah.
our admin for this, so he kicks like people like
Right.
that Adolf Hitler guy.
Well,
out when they
actually,
shot up.
he used to train at the other gym that Dave came from.
okay, the
Schulte's.
Schulte's.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
cool.
was part of Schulte's gym.
That's like legendary here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, we didn't really have much before then when it came to that
They're
kind of
also
stuff,
good.
right?
Yeah, just a bunch of
Yeah.
tough fucking dudes. Eh?
Yeah.
He says, I watched the kickboxing match. That shit was tight. Let's go, Alan.
Yeah, it's tight like a
Thanks.
tiger. Tight like a tiger.
Toiga.
Thank you, sir.
Amon, did you click the link in the description? Let's see. It should work.
He's trying it.
Yeah.
It's too bad we don't have his number. Just give Jerry his number, and we can call him directly. Because
That works, too.
anyone with his number, it's just this thing is connected to his phone.
Amon, I got you on Facebook. You can just FaceTime me too, right?
Oh, crazy.
Stop, hey, I'm
call me
on.
like
Stop
that.
being so basic. Let's
Yeah. Too much. Oh well. I think in the name of that, we're gonna spin again. Thank you. Amon.
Big money.
Let's go, Alex.
Oh, Alex.
Four, that's
Oh,
right.
Alex.
I keep getting shit on. God damn it.
God damn, ignoring the hockey. Oh yeah, sorry, Shay. I don't
The
think anyone
hockey
here watches
sucks.
hockey.
No,
He asked
well-
who do we think is going to win?
Yeah, obviously, Avalanche is smoking Edmonton right now.
Obviously, Alan's going to win.
No idea. Don't
No
care.
idea. When I was a kid, Avalanche was the shit. When I was an American, a Canadian in America, Avalanche had like Sakic, Foot, and like all
Oh yeah, all of them.
that team was huge back then,
Chuck.
right? Yeah. I grew up in Nevada. Did I ever tell you that? I grew up in
no
America
shit.
too. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Where at?
My mom lived in Laughlin, Nevada.
Oh fuck.
yeah,
That's where all the rivers and the
Rough,
titties are. Titties.
rough fucking
Yeah,
town.
yeah,
dude.
it's a border. If you guys don't know anything about Laughlin, it's right next to like Reno.
No, Bullhead,
Oh, Bullhead.
Bullhead, Arizona.
So this is like a place. This is a place where people come and like trucks transfer. So lots of like shit was transported, prostitutes.
Yeah,
drugs,
yeah.
like-
Because in Arizona, literally all that separates Laughlin, Nevada from Bullhead, Arizona is a bridge. You go over the river and you're in it. But so in Arizona, you're allowed to carry a gun in your car.
yeah.
And all this in
Is that what
Nevada.
you did?
No. But so like if you were a gangster with a bunch of shit, then you would carry a gun in your car and all you had to do is go back over the bridge and it's legal kind of thing. So there's a lot of there's 13 casinos along the river in this town.
And they probably all smuggle coke and money and heroin.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong place to raise your kid kind of thing. But my mom took me right there.
That
Yeah.
explains it. That explains it.
It was rough shit. And then so from there I go to Burns Lake.
Oh,
And
fuck.
those kids have never even seen like a black kid. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, you guys, you don't know shit. But you were raised under a rock, basically.
Yeah.
And plus I'm the heaviest kid in in my grade. So it was real easy to be a big.
Who was your graduating class? How old are you?
Your cousin Devin.
Oh, okay.
I graduated with your cousin Devin.
So you're like 35
2007.
34?
32.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah.
Old Devin.
2007 graduated. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Burns Lake was tough, eh? Growing up. I heard that
Burns Lake was rough. It wasn't
You
tough.
showed up and beat up the tough guy, and then you were the tough guy.
Who's the tough guy? Oh, no. So I'm the big guy.
The big guy.
The tough guy is his friend Nathan. You met Nathan that we went out to dinner with. Tough kid was his younger brother. And shit, but they weren't big. You saw how tall they were. They're like 5'5" or something like
Tough
that.
Hey, they might be
But athletic as shit, right? And 3-4 years older than me. So I'm 16 at parties and taller than everybody. But they still like.
They're the type of guys that like you're sitting there having some drinks and they like grab your leg and pinch it. And they're like they want you to do something.
Yeah. And I don't give a fuck.
See me, I'm like waiting. They grab my leg. I'm like in my head, I'm gonna chop you in the throat, and you're not gonna be able to fucking eat for a week. Like, that's what I'm thinking, and they're thinking it's fun. I'm like, I'm gonna chop you in the throat.
Exactly.
Buddy.
But as far as Burns Lake's concerned, that's the toughest person they ever saw.
Yeah.
And I just don't give a fuck. I'll fight you, kind of thing. And at 16, you win a fight. All of a sudden, now I'm not the toughest person, but no one wants to fuck with you.
Yeah. Right.
Kind of thing. And I'm only getting bigger and better as I get 17, 18 years old, kind of thing. So
yeah, it was crazy. Like I was those guys were so tough, like growing up. Like shout out to the Redwoods.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Close friends.
Tough
of mine.
as shit. Their dad was fucking
three brothers. Their dad was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, grew up with them, watching them fight. Like I don't know how many times I've seen. Oh, here's a funny story. Nathan and Clayton, those are the two brothers, my best friend. They actually came down to California to visit me. When I was there, and we ended up getting in a fucking fight. And I told them not to fucking fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever you do, don't fight. But they had their cousin there. Her name's Rita, and she started arguing with this fucking Asian dude. And then they kind of got into it, and we're like, okay, well, like Clayton grabs a guy, and he's like, hey, you got a problem? And then like, fuck all these little fucking Asian dudes that came out like blades of steel and shit.
Yeah.
They dropped out of the trees.
Wow.
And they were like, what's up, motherfucker? You know,
Yeah.
like holy fuck! And there's this guy. Do you guys know what a showmanship of martial arts is?
When they fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
they do all
motherfucker
this
jumped out and he was like,
Right.
and I'm like,
Doing a kata.
and then Nathan's looking at me and he's like, he knows I train like that. So he's like,
It's a fucking rush hour.
he's like,
film.
that's all you, bro. He's telling me, like, Nathan's telling me, he's like, that's all you. So I like fucking jump over the fence and I'm like thinking
you
in
do
my
your own show.
No, I didn't. I was just like, oh, you want to fucking do this? And
Yeah.
I just fucking like faked and picked him up and bombed him on his head and punched him out. And I got like jumped and a whole fight started.
Right.
Nathan, I get up and roll up. Nathan's like yelling at me, like, I got two. He's like, I remember hearing, I got two. And I look over and there's like dudes laying out. Like there's people laid out.
Yeah.
And then I look around and Clayton's getting held by two cops and they're fucking like doing this with the baton. Yo, bomb! And he's like, that's it, pig! And the guys,
Wow.
the cops just hit him and he just like folded, ended up in the drunk tank. We had to pick him up
Right.
the morning. But
Just too tough for their own good, almost.
oh,
Like,
dude, man,
yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
it was fucking nuts. And then Nathan's like, I also had a buddy there that was a shout out to Ryan Berger. He'll never hear this, but guy's an angel. 6'3", 260 pounds, fucking linebacker for the fucking like football team. Got punched right out.
Yeah.
Dude, it wasn't looking and got slept.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
and his eye was like so big. We were eating breakfast. He's like, "Sorry, guys." Like,
Yeah, I should have been there.
I was like,
Yeah.
This fucked up."
Yeah.
That's a story about those cocksuckers.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, as far as my origin in Burns Lake, like I showed up. And when I'm in America, I'm the Canadian kid. When I'm in Canada, I'm the American
I get
kid.
it. I get it.
And
yeah.
everybody wants to pick on you. Everyone, when you're bigger, everyone wants to fight you, kind of thing.
Yeah, what
and
is that? Are you guys dumb?
I would never try to, but then one day I say, fuck it, let's go, kind of thing. And then after that, I realized, oh, you guys can't keep up with my range and my stuff. And so from 16 on, I'm like, if I just play the confident guy, kind of like Conor McGregor does, if you just puff your chest out, nobody wants to fuck with you, kind of thing.
And why? But that's the shitty thing is like, why do I have to do that? I just want to be chill.
Right.
I just
At
wanna be
16,
cool.
especially, like I'm a kid. I'm literally
I
a
just want to
kid
find someone
still.
to make out with. And you guys want
Yeah.
to fucking fight me.
Exactly. but guys are jealous that like girls look at you more, kind of thing.
Well, you know why they look at you, right?
Because of my beard.
No,
at 16.
You're big.
No, I'm kidding.
You're big. They think you're packing. That's why.
Exactly. But and you realize like in Burns Lake, people think you're tough because your dad was tough.
That's
in the mill back in the day.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about fighting.
In the mill.
Yeah.
Lots of good fights. I've seen so many good fights in Burns Lake.
Right.
Our high school when I was there was like dubbed Brass Knuckle High.
Yeah, you got
Brass Knuckle High.
The Vancouver paper did an article on Burns Lake and called it Brass Knuckle High. Yeah.
New drinking game is shot every time Alex says kind of thing.
Who's that?
Shay. Let's give Shay a spin. Either way, you got to drink, Shay.
Yeah, growing up in Fort McMurray was fucking wild.
That sounds right. Hey, Ford, that's you.
Oh, I need Alan to drink.
There's lots of shit there. Couldn't even make up, man. Like,
I'm all out of beer. Jared, do you have beer downstairs?
No.
Davey, can you run to the liquor store?
Davey, if there's any beer, we need you to bring it up.
I'll give you money.
Davey.
The way you're talking about fighting Dave, that's kind of how I see fighting you, right? The other day, 2 days ago when I was at class is over and I was like, okay, I kind of got my win back. I was like, Alex, you want to do one round of light sparring? He's like, sure.
30 seconds.
We did like
30 seconds of light sparring.
Maybe a minute. And I remember this point where I like went down. I don't know if I got a leg kick or I hit him in the stomach. Either way, I backed off after getting that hit and I was like, oh, I'm tired now. I'm done. And I was like, well, I can't just hit him and then call it quits. That's kind of lame. I can't just be like, oh, now you can't hit me, So I was like, well, backed up into the corner. I was like, okay. And just boom, 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 boom.
Right.
I'll tell you something about coaching. Okay? when you coach, you're always going to meet gifted athletes. Like, even if you're like a higher rank than them and you've been training way longer, you'll meet someone that can fucking choke you out or sub you up.
Yeah.
Like, he's
no
not
matter what, there's someone
he's not
bigger
going to
than
get
you.
He's not going to get you every time. But the worst thing, I promise you, and this goes for everybody or coaches specifically, like if you're out there and you're like coaching a guy when he's choking you out, you're like, hey, if you would have done it like this, it would have been different. Like, don't be that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, let him sub you out and take it and move on, right?
Don't start coaching in the middle of your round.
Oh, Davey!
That's all I got.
What? That's all you got?
Yeah.
That'll work.
So what? You want me to
Who needs a beer?
For more?
Can you run to the store?
Yeah, man.
I'll take a beer if no one needs one.
Yeah, go for it. I got half a beer.
Nice.
Shout out to Trench.
I'll give you money if you want to run to the store.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Davey. Davey is like close to Jamie,
he's halfway as
like
our
what
Jamie.
Joe Rogan has, except Davey goes to the liquor store for he fucking helps us out
Arr,
even more,
Davey.
man.
Davey's locker.
Fuck Jamie, we got Davey. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
while you're up here, Dave.
Dave, say
ask,
hi.
We'll do an Ask Davey while you're up here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Here,
Big Dick Davey.
come over onto the
Alright,
stage.
let's do it, Ask Davey.
Dave, what would happen if a giant fucking muscly black dude came up to you on the street and was like, what the fuck are you looking at, bitch?
Well, I'm looking at a big black person.
Oh,
That sucks. That sucks.
I'd be like, Martha?
Yeah.
Oh, like,
What if he came and like grabbed your girlfriend's ass and was like, what are you gonna do about it?
They'd be like, well, I guess she's yours.
Yeah, right. I'm like, yeah.
I guess she's
Time
yours.
to walk on home, boys.
Wow.
Thanks, Davey.
And that has been Ask Davey.
You wanna have a 12-pack?
That was the worst for Davey.
Hey, are we doing a 12-pack or what do we got?
Yeah, sure. I can email you money.
Yeah, can we email you some if you
I
got
got cash right here.
Oh, here we go.
Cash,
Hey,
bro.
Cash money.
Right on.
25.
Yeah.
25.
25.
Buy yourself a chocolate bar, Davey. Thank you.
There we go.
Hey, let's go.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah,
Woo!
Oh, what?
This is how we
any
keep
kind
it
of
rolling.
kokanee? I don't know. What do you guys want?
Yeah,
Anything
whatever.
but
Doesn't matter.
just not
Anyways,
Budweiser.
if you guys can't tell, up here it's fucking still daylight.
It
It's
is hot
it's
as hell.
8 p.m.
It is hot.
I'm
as
sweating.
fuck.
You can open the window
You know
some
what?
more. It's just we got
Because
some
you're here.
feedback. Yeah,
That's what
because of your
the
haircut.
photographer said.
Because of that hairstyle.
The photographer was into Alan at the fight. He was
The
glistening.
tiny
with
little
tiny
Asian
little
chick.
Cute little Asian chicks. I'd
Oh.
be filming the fight and they get in there. I'd be like, oh,
Right. Oh,
No,
but
back
but
to
an
the
Asian
fight.
chick over
Yeah.
here.
oh, but the Asian.
Yeah.
All I heard was, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao.
Yeah, and that's a weird one. Even at the
Alright,
strip
yeah, we're
club,
gonna get
Jared
canceled.
was like, "These girls are fucking ugly." Like he's got a style. He needs either a tiny Asian or a black chick with a huge
It's
ass.
true.
That's
Or
your
else-
type?
He
he's
knows me
just
so
not-
well. I mean,
he's
I like
not
white girls
into
too,
it.
but
He was like saying those strippers at the strip club were ugly, and I was
They
like,
were, dude.
"You're staring at their
pregnant?
face, you fucking face." Like,
Yeah. Fair enough. I don't know. They were pretty trashy, man.
Were they?
Yeah, dude. Even the small ones, they just didn't look good, man. I don't know. Maybe
It's because they're all.
there
cooked
were
out.
some rough ones, but it's like, who's staring at their face?
Hi,
Yeah,
what's your name?
they're-
Mester. My name's Mester. I just do Mester.
But they're not talking. They're,
Because
you were talking to them. Alex is
You just
sitting
go,
there. I go on the other side. He's like talking to them. Fucking. She's like trying to have a conversation. So where are you from? He's
To the
like, I'm not
strippers?
giving you money. You should probably talk to
yeah,
someone.
that was my main thing. I was like, I don't have money. I was like doing this whole go over there kind of thing. Like, get away from me.
Cass says, "Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." There you go. That's for you, Cass.
Ask Davey who's gonna win their conference. Oh fuck, who cares? Who's even in the finals?
Davey, go to the liquor store and get your chocolate bar.
That was Shay. He's still talking about hockey.
We're spinning for fucking Cassandra's post there. Though, but
Spinning for
not
monkeypox
Shay.
awareness for Shay.
yeah,
Someone's getting pot fucked.
monkey pocket.
11.
Hey,
That's
11.
Alan.
That's Alan.
Hey, you won.
No, he needs more than that. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
no,
got.
just
That's
there you go.
That's a shot.
Roulette's fun. Hey, Alan.
You're good. You're good.
Right, but
Damn.
so Alan, growing up in
Yeah.
Fort McMurray.
Yeah, let's hear
I
about
was gonna
that.
say more questions.
Oh
but
shit.
Growing up in Fort McMurray, how rough was that? What kind of shit did you put up with there?
Anything like this?
It was a lot more rough because it's not spread out like here. It's very small and congested, right? Like the town never thought it would swell to that population size.
You'd think people would
So
come and go a
all
lot,
the crime and everything's very much in your face.
right?
Fort McMurray is wild. Like when I moved to Prince George, it's like laughable. When I first moved here when I was 16 and I was trying to find weed and people told me to go to the hood, I laughed in their face.
Yeah.
I was like, the what?
The hood?
Yeah, like, excuse me.
Don't their mothers
No, I didn't really
fucking
believe them.
have a house?
Fort McMurray was the Wild West, man. There's
Fort
more,
Mac,
there's
it's
more
like
money.
full of
than-
like oil patch dudes
there's
with
more
lots of money
there
just doing
than
coke.
anywhere.
Driving
There's only
diesel.
one road in and
Driving
out.
diesels.
It's
One
super
road in and
far.
out.
There's over 10,000 Somalian immigrants there.
No,
There's
there's
not-
not.
Yeah, there was.
There's
in
not.
the 90s, there's less than 100,000 people. They moved 10,000 Somalians to remote.
So
Really?
if you go into like a
it
restaurant,
created this weird divide where like Somalians would only live in one apartment or condo complex.
Yeah.
Like no white people would live there.
You notice
Yeah.
that in Calgary,
And then-
like
And it was like
I'm
they
your
took over,
captain.
they would take
I'm your
over
captain now.
areas. Yeah, no, there was
Yes.
a lot of like division that way.
They actually prefer to be called pirates.
yeah.
I'm your captain now. I'm your captain now.
You look at
It's
me.
different
look at
than Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like a little boat with a grenade launcher. They're like, we're taking
Right.
everything on that big boat.
did you see that movie?
But growing up,
Oh,
there
yeah,
was a
the
lot
one
of
with Tom Hanks.
Somalis.
I'm your captain.
Growing up there was
Oh.
wild, man. Just the
That movie made me
cocaine
feel
and
weird.
crack scene. You know what I mean? And
Crack.
the theft. Yeah,
Oh.
man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The oil boom was the crack boom. Same.
Film
man.
like
Right.
crackhead.
Oh yeah.
It was
Damn.
it was wild.
Yeah,
man.
that shit
You know what I
ruined
mean?
some
Like,
fucking
we're
lives.
angry
Not bad,
kids
man.
that hung out with other angry kids and got into a lot of trouble.
A lot of metal,
A lot of trouble.
but a lot of like people listening to metal going "fuck my mom, fuck my dad."
Let's kill babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the typical
Oh,
thing.
right.
with metal,
I
right?
hate
Hey,
divorce.
these babies.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, more questions.
Easy with
about
the
the
baby.
fight.
What would you like to be asked about the fight, Alan? What was your favorite moment of that
Oh,
fight? How about that? You know what? Before you say it, I'll tell you my favorite moment.
Yeah.
What was that?
That last time you slammed him, I fucking went nuts. I was jumping up and down, man. When you slammed him so fucking hard.
That sweep was hard, man. I felt all
Ooh,
the breath
that last
leave his
because he
body.
grabbed your leg and you went down, and you got back up, grabbed him, and just fucking pummeled him into the ground. That was epic.
That was good.
What was your favorite part of the fight, if not that? He's like, more questions,
More
but I don't want to
questions.
answer them.
I'm just joking on you.
I know what my favorite part was, honestly.
The win, the fucking. There you go. Yeah, where your hand got raised at the end. Yeah,
I sure had a good time with all
I
you
think
boys.
that's
That
what
was
you
awesome.
trained for the entire time.
I needed that in so
Yeah.
many ways.
And so did the gym.
Yeah.
It'd
I
been a long
yeah,
time since the gym got a win.
I would have been gutted with anything less.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't an option.
It had been since Ty's international
Right.
MMA amateur win.
Right.
Yeah.
Years.
You know,
Yeah.
my favorite part of that whole fight is like you guys probably don't look at fighting like, especially like people that never watch fighting or coach or anything. The way that I look at Thai boxing compared to them is like there's a certain rhythm to it, right?
Yeah.
So like when these guys came out to each other, the bell ring, they walked out. If you guys watch the fight again, watch
the
the fight. They walk out and then they engage,
Yeah.
and then they're like, there's rhythm, and they're both like testing each other, and then it's like a fight. You know, they're both trained.
It was the first
Yeah.
fight that was kind of like that too. All the other ones were just fucking go.
It makes me really
Right.
proud. It makes me really
They were
proud.
Yeah.
They were spazzy. We really engaged.
Yeah.
We felt each other out.
Exactly.
But you
But
only
it was
had
more
3
professional
rounds.
than the other ones for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it just makes me happy. I even told
Yeah.
Zach when we were in the corner, I was like, we've
Yeah.
done good work. Zach was like, Zach's very like stoic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's just like Alan said, he's way too humble to admit like what he does and what he does. He's like, but he's a very, very like
Accomplished.
he's
guy,
just
yeah.
a wicked asset, man. I would have that guy in the corner any day.
Yeah.
His fight IQ is like boom through the roof, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But you notice that in Thailand because every single fight is 5 rounds.
yeah, I know.
Every single fight's 5
Alan
rounds.
could
So
have won
they
5 rounds for sure.
so they kind of
I
take the
couldn't
first round
not sit
off.
down. I fucking
Right.
stand.
Yeah.
But no, the first round in
Sway, he fucks, he
Thai
stands.
fights is almost always just
Yeah.
bump because there's 4 more to do. So it's like we're gonna fight 2 to 4 hard, but we're gonna do the first round. I've seen the 5th round in Thailand. I've seen guys throw their hands up and just sidestep the ring. They don't want to fight. And so when we engage, boom,
So
they're
if you guys-
just gonna do this and dance away from
If
you
you
because they think they won the fight already.
if you pay close attention in like a Thai boxing fight,
Mhm.
you know the music they play. It actually starts slow, and then every round.
Oh yeah, it gets faster.
gets-
It
Ba-
and
ba-
dictates,
ba-
you're supposed to follow the tempo.
it dictates
Yeah.
the pace.
But
So-
it's you would never see that in America where people take the 5th round off.
No,
The-
that's when you got to clock in.
Yeah.
That's when
No,
you gotta
no.
clock in.
But dudes would do that. They would just go for 2 seconds and then throw their hands up as if they already won and avoid the fight.
Oh,
Circle step.
you know, another thing too is
Yeah.
like they didn't want to. I felt like they didn't want to announce Alan's name.
Right. Well, they didn't want
I
to
was
announce
watching
anyone
him. I was
but
like,
the
announce
home
his
team.
name, announce his name, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, they're talking about it. I'm like, there's nothing to talk about. You guys
Yeah.
watched it. Like
Yeah.
he fucked him up.
Yeah.
And
It's-
if that guy grinded Alan out, I would have taken the loss and been like, dude, that guy was fucking tough.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So his coaches and also Sebastian was very good about what happened.
Yeah.
Because
Real
they-
humble, real
they
nice.
they were
Yeah.
amazing.
Sebastian was awesome. He
They-
seemed like a really good
Yeah,
dude.
shout out to Sebastian
he was-
Osman for
he was
Team
tough.
Samandich.
Smandich Muay Thai. Yeah,
Samandich.
Trevor and
Super tough.
I can't,
Awesome
Nathan
opponent.
Nathan and Trevor Smandich, I believe is
Oh,
that's how you
really?
pronounce
Yeah.
it. But I think Trevor, they call him Trevor or Nathan TNT, Trevor TNT Smandich or something like.
Okay.
He was a bomber, but
Also,
Yeah.
shout out to what's his name, Lewis. It was his wife that put
yeah.
it on,
So
right?
like, shout out to Belgradi's Dragon.
Yeah,
Vanessa and Lewis
Yeah.
for
Their
hosting
last
us.
name's Belagradis.
Belgradi. Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it's called Belgradi's Dragon. That's the name of the gym. I don't
Okay.
know their last name.
I think
don't-
it's Belgards.
yes.
I think it's Belgards.
yeah, I saw the
you're-
way it was spelled yesterday, and
Yeah.
it was spelled a little different.
Sorry if we're butchering it, but yeah, shout out to both of them. Lewis is accommodating. Like Lewis,
I
is a
heard them
fighter.
doing their
Yeah,
Belgard Sweet. Belgard Sweet.
Yeah, they're savage.
Yeah,
You guys
dude.
are almost like a gang.
Dude,
None
they're
of their
intense,
team
fucking
lost.
intense,
Bunch of
man.
thugs.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome. It's intense, man.
it's good. Man.
I can tell you guys one thing. I live down there, and I've trained at their gym and their jiu-jitsu program,
Yeah.
and they're like I've seen their kickboxing. They do things differently there. They
Yeah.
train like a gym that like that's
They
why
do their Y crew.
that's why they put out good fighters. They train fucking hard. Like when you go there, you're in a battle. Like the jiu-jitsu program was
Yeah.
savage. Their coach, why can't I think of his name? Anyway, they train hard as fuck. Like,
Right.
You go there and you have a tough battle.
Yeah.
Tough battle, man.
Like even some of our guys, like I heard so many people say, like, what the fuck are they doing? That's a Y crew. Like that's pro MMA
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Muay Thai.
yeah.
And they're like, what are you dancing around kind of thing? But that's actual Muay Thai. You're doing kickboxing if you don't know what the fuck that is.
What did you call it? Y crew?
Yeah, it's called the Y crew.
Yeah.
Y crew. What does that mean?
That's
Sorry, I've
where
never heard
at the
that before.
beginning of their fight when they do, and they're doing the stretch and they're bouncing their foot.
You know what it's for? It's like it's to show.
It's
like,
a warm up.
Yeah, well, it's to show like ring prowess and like balance and like.
And
like,
it's a prayer.
Yeah,
That guy in the main event that did that facing every direction.
Yeah, everything's done in
saying that's
everything's
like,
done in threes
really
too. So like
that's
I've been taught how to
Thai,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome to learn that and show the tradition. Even if you watch like at the beginning of the fight when they start the fight, they like two coaches like push down the ropes and then the fighter has to clear it because that's like making passes, like clear everything out, step into the rope, and then it's like
it's all tradition.
It's really nice, and I think everybody should do that, and you should learn about it. And
when you understand it, it makes so much more sense too. Like I was just seeing him do that. I'd never seen that before.
Even Amon was like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
But I was just like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
And then last night I was like talking shit. I'm like, "This guy did that every direction." And Alex is like, "That's pro Thai stuff."
That's legit.
Altamar. His name is Altamar, the black belt coach, the jiu-jitsu coach. Altamar. Shout out to Altamar. He's a savage. He puts out some really tough guys, man.
Yeah.
Fucking tough.
It's a white guy thing to run your hand along the rope.
That's
kind
not true.
Of thing. No,
that's
some
not true.
people do it.
No, like lots of people do it. Yeah, it just depends on like if you're like normally people that don't do the Y crew do that.
Yeah.
Davey.
Big Dave.
Woo!
Oh, he brought back beer.
Oh, this crowd's going nuts for Davey.
Oh, you guys are so nuts. Big Dave Dave's here.
God damn. Holy.
We appreciate it, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
And go help yourself to a couple of those too.
Oh no, I'm just gonna leave this while.
Yeah, you take
Did
a couple.
Your team win or lose?
Oh, we lost hard.
Oh well, you better
Oilers?
have a couple, bro.
Oilers
Shotgun
lost.
one for me. Hey, Davey, you want shotgun one right on the podcast here?
No.
Dave.
He's gonna make a mess.
Well, hey, how about this? We'll spin you, pick odds or even.
Whatever it
And
goes.
you gotta take a drink, okay?
Whatever
You
it
have to
goes.
take a
you
chunk
gotta
of
shoot.
this whiskey or something.
Hey, this motherfucker tried some hot ass sauce earlier too.
Oh, dude.
Right?
I brought back some crazy hot sauce. Davey ate it like it was nothing.
Yeah, like it was baby food.
nothing. It's like a million Scoville. All right. What are you gonna chug half that?
Black or red? Black
if
or
it's
red?
black,
If it's black,
What?
If it's black,
black or
you
red?
Don't
drink.
go back.
Hollywood
if it's black, you black out. Here
If
we
it's
go.
red, if it's red, I drink.
If it's black,
Okay. If it's red, we all drink except Davey. It's
Black!
black! Woo!
Black for Davey.
Hey.
Hey, we'll drink a beer just to
There you
celebrate.
Hell
with you.
yeah, that's the spirit. Man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I got 3 drinks going. So
There we go.
Cheers, guys. Hey.
Cheers to Davey for the fucking
Cheers.
follow through.
And how about Alan with those motherfucking knee strikes?
Yeah.
Goddamn mayor of Calgary here on the podcast. We got it.
they hated it. They hated telling everybody that Alan
They
won.
hated it. They hated
fucking
and
hated it.
and that's why I think that those promoters were like, "Who's this guy?" Because they hated me being like,
yeah.
"Woo!"
They actually came
Yeah.
up to me.
They hated me being so loud, and so they're like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah,
Like,
like, who's
I
that?
don't think it had anything to do with them. No, they're just like,
It's your
If I
physique,
trained-
but also that.
no. They hated that I was like, "Fuck this dude!" Like, fuck him up.
If I trained in
If
a
you
big
guys listen to
fucking-
the fight again, you can hear the crowd going, "Come on, Sub!
Yeah.
Come on!" He's getting kneed. Wow, yeah.
And you can hear me.
Fucking-
Fuck yeah! Let's go! But
Prince George
it-
represent.
if I trained in a big gym in a big city and some guy showed up from like Burns Lake or Prince George, I'd be like, if I lost to them, I'd be like, fuck, man, like they must have a
You
good
can't-
gym over there. Like you wouldn't expect to lose to
They-
someone from a smaller gym, but it
Well, honestly, they
happens.
watched Almond fight, and they were literally basing like a guy taking a fight on a month that's like not as trained as Alan, doesn't do Thai boxing. They're like looking at this guy like, oh, these guys are fucking good. Like, come on, like. And then Alan's been training a while,
and fucked him up. So they kind of want one back.
you know what? They're gonna put
100% they do.
yeah
they're gonna hunt you down. They're gonna come here to fight.
I know, but we can be select. Oh, that would
We
be.
should
We should
put on an
invite-
event here.
But
man.
no,
Is there
that's-
any way
No,
to
we've
do
been
that?
talking.
And
about
you're
it.
not
We've been
taking the
talking-
next fight kind of thing.
Yeah, and they're gonna be upset about that because I
Yeah.
told them already. Like, oh, when's Alan fighting in June? Like he did an interview after, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna come back in June?" I'm like, "No, he's good till like next year, sometime early next year."
They better sign up for a fucking guide. Hunting
Yeah,
guide if they want
they
to
don't
fight.
understand. I'm gonna go chase goats, and
Yeah.
those hunts cost like $15,000+ US, and I have to be in good shape to fucking
Yeah.
carry 100 pounds on my back.
Yeah.
So I'm not fighting in July.
You have to be in good
Yeah.
condition.
Different kind of
I can't
condition
afford to get
almost.
hurt before
Yeah.
that.
There's no Starbucks and riding the subway to get
Financially,
to work.
I
It's
need
fucking-
to do it, and it's like one of my other passions, and just
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you like? What do you like? I got a question for you. What
Yeah.
do you like more than Thai boxing and goats?
Fuck, not too much, man.
Right.
I can answer that for him.
Women
Women who like Thai boxing.
let him go. I'm gonna cut you.
Women,
Mike.
wine, and food.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's nice.
Yeah,
There we go. And beef vindaloo.
that'd be the top
Beef
5.
vindaloo. What the fuck is beef
That's
vindaloo?
got to be top 5.
I don't know.
Women,
five
wine,
what?
and
Women?
goats.
No. Women, wine, and food.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
said
that's
goats.
top
But goat, eating goat.
Thai boxing and goats.
There you
If
go.
there was
Yeah.
a girl here that was good looking, hunted goats, and trained Muay Thai,
Yeah,
that'd be
fuck.
Alan's number one.
Oh yeah, you'd have to
Yeah,
knock
yeah.
her up.
If she did hot,
Sorry, baby,
if
I
she
don't
did
pull
hot
out.
yoga on
I
top
don't
of
pull
that,
out.
What's that?
if she did
Push
hot
past
yoga
the
on
important
top of
stuff.
that,
What if she taught hot yoga?
Say what?
He said if she did hot yoga. I said, what if she taught hot yoga? He's like, oh,
Right.
Oh,
fuck it. Yeah,
They were still
Alan's
on
hard right
Alan's
now.
Alan's yoga game's sick too.
Oh,
Also, through the whole Thai boxing thing, Alan trained yoga 2 to 3 times a week.
Right.
Oh.
5 a.m. in the morning, running 15K like a little bit less than that, but a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Right? Like motherfucker's doing what he needs to do, and that's the results, right? So
Years ago, I
Yeah.
used to laugh when he said he was going to hot yoga, like all the time. You guys want to come to yoga? Come to yoga, like years ago.
and
And
I
I'd
went,
always
and
laugh
I
like,
went
what?
every
Never
multiple
again.
times a week, every fucking week
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah,
Years.
exactly. You've always done it, and I used to think it was funny, and now I'm like, dude, I want to go to yoga. Like, that's how I help.
hey, let's give a
fix
shout
my
out
back.
shout out to Carm's wife, Carolyn.
Shout
Carolyn's
out to
starting
Carolyn.
a new
Yeah,
fucking.
let them know. Let them know. Let's
What's
go.
it called?
I don't know what it's called.
Sunday at 4:00.
Well,
No,
So,
but she's starting her own
I don't-
whole
As
kind
soon
of
as we
thing.
get those mats, it'll be called Inner Creations.
Sunday's at 4
Yoga.
right now, but
wait,
pretty
what's
soon.
it called, Alan?
It'll be at 4:30 to 6:30.
No, but the name of it.
4:30 to 6:30
The
on
name.
Sunday.
Yeah.
That's the
Ooh.
correct time.
That's
And,
the time.
It'll be it'll be Inner Creations Yoga since we have those other mats on the other side.
Okay.
So Carolyn Manhass and Jackie Smith will be teaching classes.
Sick.
Thanks,
Okay.
Alan.
And it's gonna be
Shout out
awesome.
to
It's
all
gonna be
them.
awesome.
Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Carolyn.
They're both
Do I know
amazing.
Jackie?
Carolyn's helped me massively for
Right.
6 years now, man. I've done it quite consistently.
And she is so into it.
Yeah,
she's amazing. Yeah.
She like fucking full on inhales and
Can you feel the earth beneath your feet?
but like it's not even a shred ironic. Like she's so
Yeah,
fucking
she's a fucking yogi man.
into it.
There's like a lot of very in tune women
yeah.
in PG that are into like yoga, the earth. Like I don't.
There's a
do
lot
you
of
call
white-
it witchy shit or like?
There's a lot of white women like that.
Don't do that. Don't do. I just mean that they're like spiritually inclined. They're not like
Yeah.
gaudy. They're just like in tune with themselves, and it's refreshing when you meet a woman like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
Fair
they're in
enough.
touch with themselves, right?
But
So-
she's intense.
yeah,
Carolyn's
absolutely
intense.
she is.
Yeah.
But I've actually never met her, so I can't.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
no,
I've met her.
You
but
haven't met
Her-
Kishore.
I did-
Shout out to Kishore.
Her
I
90
did go
minute
to,
hot yoga
uh,
classes are hard, man. You gotta come
Yeah,
suffer.
they're hard.
I'm just gonna relish in your suffering.
I went to
You hear that, Carolyn? He's gonna relish in yourself.
I went to Chinook yoga for like three classes.
3 minutes.
3 classes. Yeah, and on the 4th one, I show up. They're like, "Oh, sorry, you have to be vaccinated," and so we stopped going.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't been back since. So it's kind of cool that she's starting her own thing.
I haven't
'Cause she
been
was
back
teaching there before.
I
too.
haven't
still
been
gotta be
back
vaccinated.
since. She actually taught there for 11 years.
I showed up the one
Yeah.
time and I was like a minute late, and I go to the room I was in
You don't
last
go to-
time.
You don't go to yoga.
Can't be
late.
late.
No, I was
You
there a
never know.
minute late, and I open or like look in there, and they're all
So
in there, and I
awkward.
was like, "Am I late?" And she's like, "Yeah," and they all start fucking laughing at me so hard,
Yeah.
right?
You
And then
can't
this
be
chick,
late.
no, this chick comes from behind me. She's like, "Joe, your class is in this room. That's the fucking pre-pregnancy class.
Prenatal.
Prenatal thing. And there's
Yeah.
all women in there, and I'm like, "Hey, am I late?"
Everybody's all.
That's a good time. They fucking laughed at me so
Hey,
hard,
Lamont.
man. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. But no, Carolyn, intense. Like you can just see it in her face. Like when she's telling you what to do, she has the straightest face on. Like If I were telling you to do this, I'd have like a smile,
It's
kind
the
of like,
confidence of a coach. That's the
smirk.
confidence of someone that knows what they're doing, though.
yeah, but no, it's like serious, like no motherfucker, like a military thing. This is what we're doing, kind of thing right now.
Fucking this guy called me
breathing.
Brando Commando.
Hey, that's a good one.
I'm like, what? What do you?
How about Commando Brando?
Like,
I actually asked him when I first met him if he had a background in the military.
Really?
His first couple classes, the way he was barking orders at everyone, I was like,
I did it
Right.
private with him. I was like, treat me like shit, please. That was good. I learned a lot from that private, man.
Yeah,
I was
hell
gonna
yeah.
say you're a great addition to that gym,
Yeah.
man. Just
yeah,
the
shout-
one private, I felt like I learned so much.
Anybody wants to train, just come out to Kaitan. We got room for everybody.
Yeah, we
don't
got a lot of
discriminate.
Prince George listeners. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't discriminate. You know, even if you got like a fucked up arm or leg or something, we'll work
even
around
if
it.
you're brand new,
Dude,
beginner
yeah,
kind
if you're
of
kind of
shit.
weird and you smell funny, you can still show up.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you to take a shower and come
Yeah,
out.
we'll
exactly.
delouse you.
Yeah, we'll get you ready.
Yeah,
it's just a plunge in the check, though.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll soak
Yeah,
you.
anybody wants to train, just come check the
But
gym
no,
out.
it's
Hell yeah,
been,
man.
it's
Very
been so
welcoming.
amazing having Brandon. Like,
Hell
since
yeah.
I moved back from Vancouver,
It's a breath of fresh air.
basically like
Yeah.
one full calendar year ago.
Like I said,
Yeah.
it was almost
We've-
turning
we've-
into a family gym before. It wasn't a killer gym. It wasn't like we weren't out
We've-
for blood.
We've put in serious work. Like, since I moved back from Vancouver and got my first Monday to Friday job, I've
Yeah.
basically trained full time, 5-6 days a week. All the additional shit that I fucking do, you can't really do much more. And
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
having Brandon, you know, I moved away. I just took a different job in Vancouver because I was offered it. It was a high paying job, and I was laid off and stuff. I wasn't gonna say no, but
Right.
it was time for a change, and you know, other reasons or whatever. But anyways,
And
yeah,
you got
I-
it. You got
I
it.
moved back,
you're
and
looking for.
everything elevated here is what I was.
Elevated, yeah. And you saw
everything
before,
everything
when
I
you
was missing came to be.
yeah. And when you showed up initially, you saw like me and Jared would show up and do our own thing in the corner,
Yeah.
kind of. That was because like I wasn't into the little kids kind of class where I would show up and fight a 100-pound person. Me and him would just spar.
Yeah.
And that was the closest I could get to actual fucking
training.
We'd be the only people
Yeah.
there that size too.
Yeah.
Like nowadays,
felt
there's a
rude.
lot big,
It
there's a
felt
few bigger
rude
guys.
to just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the
I
same
think
time,
I
it's
think it's the
fun.
same thing as any other gym. Like if you have a coach that you like respect, right? Then you
Mhm.
trust in the process. Like if I tell you,
I respect Carl.
I respect Carm to the
100%.
end of the
There's
earth.
like,
But he
hey,
couldn't
let's-
just focus on us two.
yeah,
He has a whole class he has to
it's
focus
tough.
on.
That's why you need guys like yourself, Alex. Guys like
Yeah.
Alan. When you're in the class, you got to help, right? Like
Yeah.
like when
Fair
you're
enough.
training with people, you got like it's easy for me to like say, hey, come in.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Make sure you fucking keep your hands up, move your head, slip
Yeah.
to the side, tuck your chin, stick your jab, whatever.
And I'm starting to enjoy coaching more and more. And
Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
You're,
And that's
that was
you're
it.
gonna be a real good coach one day.
hell yeah.
If it
Absolutely.
wouldn't have taken this turn with Brandon showing up, it would have turned into me being a coach, like full-time coach.
Yeah, yeah.
And kind of for little kids kind of thing, right? Yeah.
I'm-
yeah.
You know, it takes a certain type of person to coach.
Yeah.
Like you have to be super selfish,
And I'm
or
sure-
unselfless. I'm sorry.
Selfless.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to like even though like people see everything behind. Like I give up so much to coach an athlete.
And to be an athlete, you need to be selfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's
like
a selfish sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be.
you both have to like. That's what I was saying. Like I've seen something on fucking I don't know
I
Facebook.
help
or-
everyone as much as I can, but it has to be
Mhm.
selfish.
I seen something on like fucking Facebook or fucking TikTok today. It was about like this coach was like 4'8" and he was standing on a chair talking to this guy that was 6'6", but he had him by the throat or like by the arm. And he was like telling his student, like, this is what you have to do. It's like, that's what it takes. Like no fucking back doors, no nothing. Like, this is what we're doing. Trust in the process.
You just shut up and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like this dude that's like 5 times the size of the guy that's like a Greco-Roman world champion. It's this little coach looking up at a student like, he's like, you fucking do this.
Yeah.
That's what it takes, man. Like you have to
Yeah.
look at a guy and be like, man, you're physically fit. You're doing this, but I need you more. I need you to do more. Like I pushed Alan so hard.
Yeah.
When he dominated that fight and all those hours
He
we
did.
put in and everything we did like came down to that moment. So,
When I
but listen, one more
Don't
thing.
want to clinch with this guy.
One more thing is like we were fucking worried about the weight, so we decided to fucking go with the water load, right? So we have another guy. Shout out to Mark Mosier. He kind of helped Alan to kind of talk to him a little bit about it. But Alan fucking was drinking so much water. You cut out the salt. It's like a specific process.
Yep.
And Alan
stop holding on to it. You just drop it.
Alan did it right, and it was like a little bit sufferable, but he gained his food back. He did everything right, and it was perfect, right, Alan? Like,
that's how you put yourself in the hospital last year, right?
Well, no, like I drank too much water.
But you cut out salt.
Yeah, but I didn't even
your
realize
body wasn't holding on to it.
I didn't even realize it. It was too late.
Type your number and send it to him on.
But yeah, people just
Hopefully
they don't realize the real work that goes into it.
He has me on Facebook.
I think you can just simply fight and take competition. We put in so much work for so long that when people come into the gym and like see how I work, they're like confused.
Dude, like sweat.
They don't like it. Yeah.
Sweat's flying off the fucking
I was gonna say you sweat more than even me. I thought I sweat.
I'll be like holding pads, and I'll be like, yes, and he'll kick the pads, and I get sweat in my mouth.
No, trust me, I know that feeling. Yeah, it's not new or anything. Like,
Alan literally has to towel off the floor by the bag so other people can use the bag. Otherwise, you'll slip around.
And then the pandemic hits, and you're like, "Whoa, maybe this isn't good for you." To get buddy sweat in your mouth.
So I've never stopped bathing in other people's bodily fluids, and it's been fucking awesome.
Right.
Never got to fuck COVID-91.
Fuck
right off.
Right. But no, that's been the thing.
This just did. Our episode got taken down for medical misinformation.
Yeah,
no, it didn't. Did it?
No,
a past video did. That's why I mean.
It takes a while for that to happen.
Yeah, it takes a good couple of weeks.
But regardless, it doesn't matter how big another person is. Alan's sweating more than them, no matter what.
He's hydrated.
He's hydrated, yeah, but there's just something in his DNA.
Yeah, he's so fucking hot.
that sheds water fast.
But it means a lot, Brandon. Like, thank you. And you said like my number one attribute is my work ethic.
Yeah, it's so
It's nice to be recognized, right?
Thank you so much,
dude. I never seen it. I'd be like those guys don't realize, like, coming up to the fight, I had another coach laugh at me. They were talking to me, and I was like, oh yeah. He's like, why is your guy so ripped? I was like, 1,400 sit-ups a week minimum, and he's like, yeah, fucking right. And I looked at him, and I'm like, motherfucker, that's not on top of burpees and the kilometers, like minimum. Like I told him, I'm like, before you fight,
Philly's coach.
Yeah, I was like, before you fight, like 3 to 5 weeks before the fight, you're doing 200 sit-ups a day every fucking day. So that's 1,400 sit-ups a week minimum.
Honestly, like. 200 time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a rest.
How many
Honestly,
squats?
compared to usually I do the 100 tie sit-ups where they hit you each time with the pad.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Doing 200 sit-ups is almost like a fucking it's like a fucking break.
They didn't believe me. And I'm like, that's why.
Dude, I let people smash me 100 times as a happy finisher.
The reason why I have that kind of like thought about it, I trained at this gym in Santa Ana, California. And it was called Boxing 2000. That's the name of this gym. And this gym put out so many little champion boxers, like 110-pound boxers, 135-pound boxers. And I trained with them. None of them speak English. That's where I learned how to box. And they were doing, I kid you not, like we're doing 200 sit-ups. They were only doing the boxing, but I legitimately like 500 sit-ups a day when they were getting ready for their fights. And they would do it on they would do it from a chair like this. Well, not like this, like one of those school chairs. The coach would sit on their feet on the chair, and they would lean over the back, and they would lean way back. So the sit-up would go their head would go to the floor, and then it would come back up. So it was full range sit-ups all the way down, all the way up.
All the way back.
And then these guys would skip and that's where I got the
actual sit-ups, not crunches.
I was like the workout that they were doing, and they told me, they're like, the only reason we do these is because boxers hit so hard to the body. You need to be conditioned, your muscles, your fibers, everything needs to be so tight so you can take a punch. Yeah. Like ask Alan, like when you have someone in the Thai plant, like in the plum, and you're kneeing them and they're punching you, it's like he's so fucking ripped and so strong that it's like tap, tap, tap. It's like, oh, my knees are way fucking harder. And that's how we train.
Bony.
And that's how we train to bludgeon them. To bludgeon them.
Right on.
Dude, when I was in Thailand, the very first time that I trained 5 hours in a day, I did both 2-hour classes and a 1-hour private. And I dreaded that 1-hour private way more than the class in the hottest part of the day.
Yeah.
You know, I did 5 hours and I was all proud the first time. And, you know, I peacocked a little bit, was proud of myself, and told my friend Sammy, who had 17 pro fights. He's only 21 years old, this Turkish kid from London. And he laughed in my face and he told me 6 hours a day is normal in Thailand.
Yeah.
And I almost like wanted to cry. I was like, to who?
Yeah, but you see,
You're gonna
that's
do another hour, and it's pretty much he told me it's like if you don't run for another hour on top of that, you're lazy.
Mm.
And I was like, pushed to my absolute fucking
Yeah.
to my fucking limits. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, there really is, guys. And part of me thinks you do have to be 21 years old to put your body through that kind of punishment.
And that's why they retire at 22.
You're training
Kind of
6 hours a day. That intensity.
oh,
like,
he spun it.
Hey.
Shay says, so how about them Yankees? Shay must be a little bored. There's not enough
Even
around.
that talent,
Yeah.
3, that one's me.
Team sports.
even
are
that
great,
glory
but
fighter, Kiatmukau.
super leg.
No. Before
Super
that,
Leg's good.
Hey, boys, y'all should've
glory
called this the
champion
crowded
from
locker room.
Kiatmukau gym.
Who said that?
Pechmerong.
Pechmerong. Yeah. He's retired now, and he's not even 30.
Yeah.
He was a glory champion. It's just he started so fucking young.
The conditioning I did there also with the incline sit-ups.
Yeah.
I would do 50 times where they'd hit me with the tie sit-up doing the incline
Yeah.
until I had like purple bruising all over my whole
Yeah.
stomach.
Crazy.
Had like internal rupturing. Like I've never had my stomach bruised before, and besides that time, purple dots all over.
Yeah.
But you gotta play catch up, right?
Mhm.
When you're gonna fight someone who's tied in the stadium, it's
to
get
crazy.
that body conditioning. They're trying to play catch up,
And they
Like,
start at
you don't
6
have
years old.
You don't have
Young.
years. You have weeks and months, and they
Mhm.
have to make you tough. It's not intelligent. It's probably bad for you, but I mean,
That's just it.
worked for me.
I saw
me very,
young kids, probably 10 years old, get
It-
knocked the fuck out.
It made me very
And
tough.
the next day, they're in the gym running laps with a tire tied to their waist.
Jesus.
And they drag the tire behind them on the rope.
Shay says, night boys, y'all should have called this the crowded locker room. All bag sweat, no tinfoil.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Shay. Did you need some
Jeez.
tinfoil?
How to
Well,
lower
that's
your
a shame.
How to lower your stock 101, he
Yeah.
says.
It was pretty sick.
So Shay, a fan of combat
There
sports,
was a
is not
Buddha
enjoying
temple,
fight talk.
but
That's weird.
We would all run to the Buddha temple with tires tied to us.
Right.
It was sick.
Shay, I'm gonna have to push your shit in. If you talk.
Yeah, Shay's gonna
Jesus.
get caught in the face.
I know where he lives. It's like right there, dude.
Shay.
Sending Brandon over to come.
He's
coach you.
never one to come over for fights, though. Yeah. This is a themed
Yeah.
podcast, Shay. You can suck dicks.
Johnny Depp stock.
Suck
it.
more dicks than normal.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
we got Johnny Depp stock,
A
you got
bag of
Amber
dicks.
Heard stock. Fuck. You lost this one.
Who's no snitching? Is that Carter?
No, that's some random.
Is his name Shay or Shayla? What's his name? Shayla?
Shayla.
Oh yeah.
He likes Shayla better.
He goes by Shayla or Shay?
Shayla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
It's Gaelic.
she, her pronouns.
Yeah. Either way, right on. So, Alan, how does it feel?
Like, I'll be outside naked. Greco-Roman. He wants to go. Go get him.
Can't wrestle, bro.
Yeah.
what are we doing, David?
Shay-
Oh, that's
Oh,
David.
he says he prefers Cheyenne or Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
Nah, diss me. No snitching. Who's that?
Not
feels-
just me.
it feels-
Carter. No snitching is Carter. I remember that name.
Oh,
Who's Carter?
The young Carter from the gym.
The boxer.
Yeah.
What's up, Carter? Shout out to Carter.
he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
he says diss him instead, or maybe he's talking to Shay.
Jackson, my man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex, it feels good, man.
I
Like
call
said,
I'll call
would've
him. I think his name should
I would
be.
have been devastated with anything less.
Yeah, no.
I don't think most people don't realize how hard I worked, man. And
That's it. And you
I
didn't even
needed-
get
I
paid.
I needed that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I put everything into that spiritually, financially,
Right.
emotionally.
How many fights till
Physically.
you go pro?
A lot. You need at least 4.
If I had
to
enough money
10.
to go back to Thailand for like quite a few months, that would be it.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you take a trip to
Thai
Thailand-
fights are pro.
I'll start a
Yeah,
GoFundMe.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
send you there, man. Let's start. I'll start you a
Yeah, there you go.
GoFundMe. Maybe
Maybe.
we'll send you there, dude.
$1,500 gets you there easy.
Yeah, dude. Luch, he fucking he funded your
Just don't
fight
go to
this time.
Tiger Muay Thai.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
Luch
need
has
to
a
go to
couple
Tiger.
$100
No,
to
don't
throw
go
your
there.
way.
If you're a heavyweight, you need to go to Tiger.
I would go back to Charn Chai.
That's just it. Yeah.
They would love me there and take care of me.
Mhm.
But
Well, Alex would do that too at his house.
I don't know, dude.
He would love you. And
the
take
amount
care
of
you.
bodies I got to see at Tiger was insane, dude.
I'm not a heavyweight.
Unreal.
Carter says, "What's up, lads?"
Hey, lad.
Does he have an
Cheers,
accent?
lad.
And I
Cheers,
still,
mate.
Carter's club. Who else is in? How many people do we have?
We got 7.
That's fucking.
I think
shit.
That's good. That's good.
I think I'd like to have a few more fights. We'll see what happens after hunting guiding season. If I go to Mexico and train for a couple months,
yeah.
dude,
You can still get
Yeah, like-
the small time gyms in Phuket.
like
you
even,
can still
even in
find-
Mexico,
yeah.
they're having the Rumble in the Jungle cards. If I trained with Brooke and Eddie, like, dude, I'll take a fight and fight whoever.
Yeah.
So I mean, depends. If I have like a legit camp somewhere like that,
Yeah.
sign me up. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're
Fuck
having
yeah.
big fights down
Fuck
there.
yeah, Alan.
Shay says, anyways, I
That's-
meant Amber and Johnny are both clowns and are teaching how to lower their stocks 101. This podcast was good. Just too much punchy, not enough tin foil. Well, Shay, this
Yeah.
go watch the conspiracy one. We'll do another
Get
one.
back on your monkeypox,
Hey, you know,
you
we-
fucking bitch.
We do different things all the time. But if you're waiting around for headlines or something, we might throw some in pretty
Oh,
quick.
he wants to do.
I mean, we got
he
20
wants to
minutes
do
left.
news. We're doing
Man,
news.
That's
Or-
hopefully the plan. If I
boys,
can
yeah,
travel
these
freely
fast
as a
ones.
citizen.
yeah,
of
you
my
go
own
piss.
country.
Yeah, yeah.
We're an hour. We're at an hour and 40 minutes. Normally we go to
Damn.
about 2 hours.
Yeah, that's fun.
So we got about 20 minutes left. I'd say we hit up some headlines.
This is
when
the
he gets
news. So that's what he's talking about. Amber and Johnny fucking just came in. So then $15 million awarded to Johnny Depp.
How about all the
15?
How about all the lies in Ukraine and Russia?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Azov battalion. All the shit all the videos
The-
I've watched on WhatsApp.
Tell us about
the
it.
neo-Nazi
Tell them
shit.
about it.
Yeah. So
They're
I think
putting
it's
out
the first-
gay.
I think it's the first time in the 20th century where someone called someone a Nazi,
And they
and it
actually,
was actually true
Yeah.
for the first
Oh,
time
they
in
embrace it.
100 fucking years.
They also put out a pro LGBTQ kind of post.
You're
kind of thing.
lying to yourself if you're not watching all these videos on WhatsApp where the Russian soldiers, every single time they arrest a POW and make them strip search, they literally have Hitler fucking tattooed on their body.
Yeah.
You cannot deny the Azov battalion. You know, everyone laughed when Putin said they were Nazis.
Yeah. They're
They-
Nazis.
They absolutely are.
they're
You
denazifying the
You
place.
can watch so many videos where all of these people are absolutely heavily tattooed
Yeah.
from head to toe with a bunch of Russian criminality tattoo language, but like
The weirdest thing is they put out a pro LGBTQ shit. They have their thing with like a rainbow
yeah.
shit on it.
So
now.
just like they armed the Taliban, they're literally arming a Nazi battalion
yeah,
in Europe,
in Europe, yeah, and they're
and it's a fact.
and that's the reason that one Ukrainian fighter fights with no flag on his banner,
Mhm.
because he comes from that region that runs the battalion there.
Right.
Yeah, and he doesn't condone that. He doesn't want to be known as that, so he has a literal blank flag kind of thing.
I've seen so many videos where they arrest these people.
Yeah.
And they're covered in head to toe and other things where like the Russian prison tattoo culture has a lot of meaning, but not just Nazi tattoos, like other ones about crimes and atrocities they've committed.
Yeah.
And like
it's sad.
it's a
It's
whole
sad.
language, right? And they're covered head to toe.
Here's an even sadder one. Female martial arts instructor in Arizona arrested for sexual abuse of a 13-year-old student of hers.
She put him in the guard.
She put him in the guard.
Yeah. She's like
Female.
tickle me.
Female 22-year-old martial arts instructor got arrested for sexually abusing her 13-year-old student.
Wow. So this is
they touched Aaron.
no. I'll tell you.
They had sex multiple times.
I'll tell you.
Multiple
story.
times.
Who had sex?
Holy fuck.
Guys,
Right.
you gotta be careful because you have like, as a coach, you have like almost like power.
Well, yeah, but
It's
at
fucked up,
13
man.
years old, subscribe my ass kind of thing for a 22-year-old. I would have been fucking.
What's
You
going
would have
on?
been balls deep.
I would have been begging for that shit. And everyone's like, oh, well, this kid's abused. And maybe mentally that's going to fuck him up. And I don't know this. Talk to a psychologist. at 13 years old, fucking thank you. Please, can I have another?
Can I
22-year-old?
Can I say something real quick about the whole thing? I agree with like if they're 13, they're young, they're women, that's like this is a
if
tough
it was
subject.
a guy and a girl, it's complete. South Park did an episode of this, and the cops were like,
groom little young
the
boys.
the cops on the South Park episode were like, oh, we're gonna need an ambulance for this kid's hand because he just got fucking fracture for getting so many high fives in school or something. Like,
It's a double standard though, right? Like it's like obviously I feel like women need to be taken care of no matter what. So
yeah,
but if you're like a 13 14-year-old little kid and
with a 22-year-old chick,
it's like
fucking
fuck,
high five champion over here kind of thing. It's a double standard. It's sick, yeah. And yeah, a psychologist could tell you how much detriment this is and how long this is going to affect the kid throughout his adult.
You guys are talking about teachers sleeping with.
Are you talking kids, about right? this psychologist that's saying this shit? That guy's still a virgin, right?
But you guys are talking about teachers sleeping with their students.
No,
kind of
so
what are you talking about?
Female martial arts instructor in Arizona is charged with sexual abuse of her 13-year-old student.
Nice.
20. Yeah, that was the South Park. That was the South Park thing. All the cops are like, nice.
Yeah, but if it was a female, like it would be different. Like you don't do that.
It would be the exact opposite.
The exact opposite.
That's what's so funny about it.
And dads would be ready to fucking mob. But
people would be dying.
Talk to me at 13, and my whole fantasy of anything was, oh, I wish a 22-year-old would.
Imagine you're just taking her black belt off and showing you your nice fucking tits.
Yeah, exactly.
So
imagine
the South Park thing, like,
this
is
a special lesson.
Let's get an ambulance.
A light switch at 13.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's get an ambulance for this kid's hand. He's getting too many high fives.
Oh. All right.
I'm gonna apologize for this topic. But
so Shay, back to this motherfucker. Imagine Carm and Eddie Bravo on a podcast, smoking a number, going down the rabbit hole.
Dude.
And Andrew says, amazing.
I've met Eddie Bravo. He does this, there's a place called the Orpheum Theater.
I know.
Okay, so it's like really small and it's like wicked. Like the fighters come out. It's like all jiu-jitsu. It's called the Orpheum Theater, but Eddie Bravo is actually really cool. He's like, I thought he was great. His students are trained and they're so tough. Yeah. They're so different.
So you met him? Were you at his gym? Or?
Yeah, I've been to his gym. He's got a 10th Planet gym.
Did you train there like for a day or something?
I went there and trained for a couple days. I never did the 10th Planet system.
Okay.
But I was there for a belting. And this is Eddie Bravo. Yeah. Eddie Bravo's like, hey, I'm gonna give this guy his brown belt.
He gave you your
brown
belt?
No. Oh. Eddie Bravo said, I'm gonna give this guy his brown belt. And he's like, if you don't think he's a brown belt, roll with him. That's what he said. He's like, test him. Okay. See if he's a brown belt. He's like, promise you'll be like, you'll eat your words.
Okay.
Like it's fucking so cool.
Sweet.
And then everybody so hard rolls too.
I wish he would do more combat jiu-jitsu events. I really enjoy watching those.
Yeah, well, they have something called the EBI.
EBI,
Eddie Bravo,
Invitational, yeah.
It's
that's what I'm talking about.
And he takes care of the jiu-jitsu fighters.
It just doesn't happen enough.
So good.
It seems to have been replaced with Chael Sonnen Submission Underground. Ooh. Even though have you ever seen that?
No, it's coming up or what?
Usually at least once a month on Sundays. Because after a good UFC on a Saturday, Sunday at like noon or like 1 o'clock, all of a sudden Chael goes live on the UFC Fight Pass and he commentates the whole thing, and it's just it's just jiu-jitsu essentially, and submission only. You can only win by submission. So after the round's over, they do almost like a shootout. It's like they put each other in a position of choice.
Yeah, like back take.
And
mount.
They either have to hold the position as long as they can or actually submit them. As soon as the guy gets out, the time stops.
Yeah, but that's how we drill, though.
Whoever spent the most time in the other person's submission loses. So that's how they determine it, right?
Who's that?
That's on someone's phone. Oh, let's see here. No snitching. Alan's my hero. Now, after that beat down.
Hey, let's go, Alan.
Yeah. Alan's a beast.
Who's that?
That was Carter.
Oh, wow.
He smacked him up. Hey, so good that Shay Deep did well also, because Shay was watching when I was doing lives. Shay was the first one in, and he was commenting like, "Whoa, shit!" Like when my phone was dying, he was in all caps. Go on Alex's phone. Fucking, he wanted to see it, man. And then Andrew is saying, I met that stud. Now he's a champ.
He's a Calgary champ.
He's
Do
the
you remember
I
mayor.
hate it. He's the mayor.
He's the goddamn mayor of Calgary.
Andrew Stachio. Do you remember that guy? Stachio?
What's that?
Stachio.
Andrew.
Andrew.
No, that's Pinocchio's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the new movie, yeah. What was I going to say here? Yeah, no, Alan's a champ.
Now that
I don't remember what I
Alan's
was
the
gonna say.
champ.
Yeah, look at those guns. Jacked.
Yeah, the champion of Calgary,
Right.
the czar of
They
Calgary.
hated it. They absolutely hated it. I promise you.
Fuck
They
yeah.
hated it.
Dude,
And that's why they want me to fight. Not that's the one thing.
Okay,
I
let me
think.
tell you
Yeah,
the story.
yeah.
So the promoter of the fight was like, who's the guy holding the Moncall? If you guys don't know what a Moncall is, if you watch the fight, it's the headdress that Alan wore and Amandeep wore.
and it's blessed by a monk, right?
It was this particular one. We took it to Edmonton. We got it blessed by a Thai monk, and they do like a prayer for it, and they give Alan like, you know, the wisdom to be able to fight and to let it go. And like, it's a really cool process to be part of.
That's why he won.
And yeah, partially, I feel like
A lot went
Yeah.
into it, man.
Yeah. So the Moncall, Alex is holding the Moncall, and he's like yelling profanities at this guy. Like, I fucking hate you,
Scream.
die. The promoter comes up to
Pretty
me.
good.
The
Like,
promoter comes up to me. She's like, who's
show
that
me your
guy?
technique. It was good.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
She comes up
yes.
to me. She's
Because
like,
I could tell he didn't like your length.
now
He was scared of your length. He wanted to
he
come
should
in.
be.
And then when he came in, he was neat, but he
We're
didn't
trained-
like your.
I don't care.
your
We're
fucking
trained
Really,
everywhere.
when he landed that long right, and
We're
almost,
trained
you
everywhere.
almost put him down, it like got him off balance.
We're so trained everywhere.
That was
Long,
epic.
short, whatever. Doesn't matter.
But you
So-
could hear me in the ring.
Yeah. I can hear you too.
In the video, there's a huge difference between what I'm saying and what Alex is saying. I'm like, fuck Alan!
If you
Yeah,
listen to it
he
close,
can't beat
there's
you.
a
He can't
lot
beat
of
you. And
people cheering for Sebastian.
Alex is like, show him your technique. Use your range.
I
Like,
just-
fucking
I
be
just-
long.
I just hear about people saying, "Come on, Sam," and then, ooh, ooh.
Right.
It's so good.
But
yeah, the promoter came up to me and was like, "Who's the guy holding the Moncall?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Who's holding the Moncall?" I look back, it's Alex. I'm like, "You don't want none of that."
You don't
And
want
she's
this.
like, "What?" I'm like, "She's like, what do you mean?" I was like, "She's like, what? Wait." I look at her. I'm like, "Are you fucking blind? He's a heavyweight. Like, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "Well, does he fight?" I'm like, "He's almost a serial killer." So
he's
like,
a light
We
heavyweight
got-
in disguise.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
But
anyway,
the intentions are kind of mixed. Like they want one back, kind of thing.
and I'm telling you, like, if we ever
I
fight
think
in
so.
Calgary
yeah,
again, either whoever we fight from Prince George
We have a
in Calgary,
name. We have a name.
Yeah.
now.
you have
absolutely.
to be.
and I have a name as that
trained.
dude that talks shit the whole time.
They did not like
They're
you.
gonna think twice before they take a fight from this gym.
We're
Yeah,
good.
and I'm
Hey,
super
and if
selective. If it's
if
not
their
good,
fighters
I
are
won't
0-0, fucking sign me up,
Yeah.
right?
Hey.
What more could you ask for,
nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
right? Like, yeah.
So Shay says, blasphemy to forget Stachio. He says 40 lashings for you.
40
Uh,
lashings.
Andrew says your knees were
Given
incredible.
that your heart's content.
Shay says, yeah, man, Alex was the corner. It was beautiful. And Andrew says, Alex is a monster. I'd be
There we
scared
go.
to line up with
Thank
him.
you, Andrew.
Who's Anders? Who's Anders?
Andrew is a very good friend of mine.
He's
who I
been to
make-
class before too. He's a black
Yeah.
belt in Taekwondo. He's
Awesome.
fucking
Yeah.
he's nuts.
He's
Yeah.
not a noob. I make music with. I'm in
Hey,
a
come
ba-
on.
I'm in a band
Anders,
with
come
him.
on in. Train with
Yeah.
us. Let's go.
He's gonna be
Andrew.
our Jamie one night. Like one day he'll be here to like play shit on like the
That
stream.
is
He knows how to
awesome,
do
but-
all that. Like he streams himself. He's into martial arts.
Yeah,
Like he
he's
loves
done like
UFC.
Olympic Taekwondo tournaments and
Sick.
stuff.
We
before,
did
yeah.
Anders,
lots of
dude.
music together.
Anders, let's chocolate
Andrew.
moose wrestle.
At the end of this podcast, I'll play a song that him and I do together.
Oh, sick. He's a
Hell yeah.
musician too?
He plays every instrument. He's the best
Are you
drummer,
serious?
best metal drummer in
Holy
town.
fuck. Give me
Best-
the applause.
Hey.
Let's go, Anders.
Best metal drummer in town. He wants to play guitar so bad that he's like, dude, we need to get a drummer for our band. I'm like, dude, how are we gonna replace your drumming though? He's like, but I want to play guitar. I'm like, fuck sakes.
Oh.
But he plays every instrument. He records it himself. He sends me instrumentals, and he's
Yeah.
like, just put vocals on them. Sometimes
Oh.
he's already got his own vocals and lyrics written. He's like, just do what I did and redo it.
We should have sang
Dude,
a
he's
song,
talented
Jared.
motherfucker. What?
Yeah,
We should have
he'll-
sang a song.
no,
we
they'll
should
play
sing
a
a song.
song
We
on
should
the.
have sang one.
Oh,
Alright.
dude,
Yeah.
it's never too late.
I just want to say
My
something.
guitar's in my truck.
What's
Oh,
that,
do you want to do a
Alan?
song before we sign off?
We can do a song. yeah.
Go grab your guitar and you can do a song. I'll sing with you if you want.
Be
No,
so,
you're
so
gonna
pumped
sing.
to see
I'm gonna
Pete
sing what
Alex.
song?
I don't
To
know.
what?
We'll try to figure
See you
that out.
compete.
Compete? Yeah.
Baby.
And I mean, I'm at 32. It's
Are you
time to do
serious?
it.
I
If
just,
do whatever you
now, if
want.
not now, then when?
people just don't understand. There's like
Fine.
Prince George has so much potential, like Brandon was saying, but there's no one in this town, right? Like
My biggest issue
Where's
is
all-
I don't have the sparring partners.
I know.
I don't have the
where-
community around me.
Where's all these tough guys, right? Like,
Yeah.
people in Prince George think they're hard, but there's fucking no one.
Let's go.
At the only fight gym in
Right.
town, there's nobody.
Before I was 18.
No heavyweights.
Yeah, before
Even
2008
even
or
a
something.
lightweight. Like back.
There was tough guys left and right in Prince George back in the early 2000s.
Everyone
now you can't
everyone in
fucking
this
find
fucking
them.
Town is sitting on the couch.
You can't find them now. Now it's like you what I just gotta fucking throw my hands up and everyone kind of like cowers or something. It's scary, dude.
Andrew
Yeah.
says there's no one in shape.
Yeah, you're sitting on the
Yeah.
couch.
Yeah.
They're all sitting on the couch.
Over 100,000
We're-
people.
We're all and drizzling away.
Yeah. We're waiting.
Exactly.
Shay
I
says-
bow down to the skill of Dave. I bow down to the skill of Zach and them. But I need those sparring partners to get my confidence into the place where I can go to a place like Calgary and fight heavyweights, right?
Well, hopefully, if you had a fight coming up, maybe
Right.
you could ask Dave to like come and be more of a part of your fight
Exactly.
camp.
And
That'd
I'm
be a
glad I
smart
do
thing
that.
to do, right?
But I'm confident in my skills. I've trained long enough. And if they're 0-0, I'll take a fight kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah.
They called
Look
today.
at this. We got a special treat here.
Special treat.
There we go.
What song are we doing?
I don't know yet. Let's figure it out. Let's tune this thing up. Let's tune her up.
Woo!
Who's that?
Thank you. That was me.
Wait, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
How's that sound? Can you
the
hear it?
guitar stylings of Brandon Hebert.
We're doing drinks.
Who's drinking?
Who's drinking? Play Wagon Wheel.
Oh, 17. That's Alan.
Oh,
Can the people chime in? How's that sound?
how's it sound, guys?
What
How's
happened
the
to our
guitar
beer?
sound?
Oh,
here?
here we go.
We might have to play y'all a song. Can you pass me a coconut? Okay. No, never mind. I'm good.
Give me your empties.
Did they say how it sounds? Can they hear it?
Oh yeah, they can hear.
And for you guys at home, pick red or black. And if you get it
Request?
fucking wrong,
Yeah, you gotta drink with us.
you drink, motherfuckers.
Shay says my one beer turned to 5. Thanks, guys.
18. That's
18.
Alan again.
Oh.
And it's a red. Oh, rock me, ma. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought we were
let's do
going
some
back into
Wagon Wheel. We can. Alex and I can both sing that.
Really?
Probably.
You're halfway into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the shit falls off the rails.
We're
Hey,
doing
that
some
sounds great.
karaoke for you for once.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do this on the podcast.
Well, here
Right.
we go. Okay, here we go.
This is where we get flagged, but who gives a fuck? We're not monetized anyways.
Alright. Headed down the south of the land of the pines. Thumbing my way down to North Carolina. Staring at the road, pray to God I see headlights. Oh, I made it down the coast in 17 hours. Picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. And I'm hoping to Riley, I'ma see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Why aren't you doing it, Alan?
Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Mother North Country winters keep on getting me. I lost my money playing poker, so I had to leave. But I ain't a turning back, living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Woo! The first crowded room karaoke. That's
And
for you
we're
guys.
flagged.
Alan is not impressed. He's called GSB. He's nothing
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
Performance.
this is as good a time as any to call it a fucking night.
Hey, let me catch up on the let me catch up on the comments real quick before we head out.
What do we got in the comments?
Carter, I'm sitting on the couch right now. Andrew, I've been on the couch. Ha ha ha. Shay, I'm back down to 190 from 250. Down Slimmy, 6'4", 190. Oh shit, Shay was getting fat, dude.
Shay, I'm not shook. Shay, I'm not fucking shook. Get your ass to the gym, bro. You're
6'4", 190. I can fit through a crack in the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Andrew, I'll let Alex fuck me up for a bit. Shay,
Andrew, come to class. Do it. You got kicks, bro. I know you got
he does.
kicks.
And a bit of wrestling. Shay, my 1 beer turned to 5. Thanks, guys.
Quit screwing around.
Andrew, put down the gloves and hold up them beers. I'm 9 beers deep. Jared's a talented vocalist. I love it. Thanks. And no snitching. Carter, Alan looks unamused, and he was not amused. He did not enjoy that karaoke.
He didn't
bit.
join in once.
He's like, "What song are you guys playing? This is a metal. This isn't a monomark.
This isn't a
Vikings didn't
monomark.
write this. Why would we listen to it?" Well,
You're not even screaming.
with that being said, we're exactly 2 hours in, which is our fucking mark.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Are you gonna play Are you gonna play us out?
Oh yeah! And tonight we're finishing up with the song that Andrew and I did.
Right
You know what?
on.
Sweet, let's hear it.
We really appreciate the stylings of Brandon Hebert here with Alan Purvis, the goddamn king of Calgary.
Hey, let's go, Alan. They hate us there.
One thing I kept repeating to myself that I really like to
I'm
say,
the best.
note I'll end on is I will take what is mine.
Yeah.
I will take what I am owed. So I put in the fucking work, and no one will
Tonight
ever,
we feast.
no one will ever take
Tonight we feast.
No
Yeah.
one will ever take that from me.
There you go. Especially not that great, amazing, respectable guy from Calgary.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't talk shit here.
No, not on him.
No.
Sebastian Osman was amazing.
That's
That was an amazing opportunity to talk shit, and we didn't take it.
Oh, man. That's Muay Thai, right?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Fuck
He
all
did
this
amazing. He
This
took the
other
fight.
Fighting, that was
He took the fight on the second fucking go
pure
around.
toughness, sportsmanship,
Yeah.
and fucking Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
He did well. He did well. Shout out to what was his name again?
Sebastian Osman
Sebastian
and
Osman.
Team Smandich Muay Thai,
Team
Calgary.
Semandich.
If you guys are in
Muay
the
Thai.
area, go train there. They got shit they can teach you for sure.
Andrew, send me the link to our SoundCloud or your SoundCloud real quick while they're still talking. While I have
Why
time.
you can't? We're not still
I'm
talking.
on a new phone. I can't find it anymore.
Oh wow.
Send me a link quick, Andrew.
Either way, ladies
They're
and
seeing us out.
gentlemen.
Oh, it's too late. I got to play something else.
Yeah,
Sorry.
ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Crowded Room podcast. We love you all. And this is Jared's music.
This is.
Shout out from Alan Purvis, Brandon Hebert, me and Jared. This is the Crowded Fucking Room
He sent the
podcast.
link in the fucking chat. Sorry, next time send it to me on my phone.
We
Anyways,
love
guys.
you all. Goodbye.
Love you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I was to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. To be known when alive when the union arises. Street light shining, you know my time surviving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, need to think about dying. Once up in the dark, can we hang out with the bad man scars on my knuckles, cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, that bright winding stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track, killing shit cause I've been begging suicide. On the second, I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe and you doom, switchblade coming soon. Chill satisfied when we have up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot, naked eyes want, shirt now slice with the right swat. Blood on my fist, knife test, my wrist, moonshine off the blade, just cruising through the mist. Middle of the midnight, think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high to be known when alive when the union arrives. And a little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes better go running high to be known when alive when the union arrives. And a little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes better go running high to be known when alive when the union arrives.